welcome to the Patch Us In podcast. We're at episode 32, thanks for joining us, and I just want to briefly thank everyone who's stuck with us through the last few episodes, obviously just with the whole social distancing and things like that, as we've had to record it online and it's not been the best quality. So now we're back to our usual bad quality in person.
Hey, look at that. Now Hugh can't say shit without getting bottles from that.
No, but recording on Discord was awful. Like, so you try to edit that and someone's so loud and then someone's tiny quiet in the background.
You've just done that now.
I know, but to make a point.
So everyone, I'm joined by my good friends Dom.
Hey guys.
And Hugh.
Hey.
And I'm your host this time, Hamish. How have you been, guys? What's new? What exciting stuff have we got for the lovely listeners? Hugh, what's happening?
Well, I'm drinking a beer.
Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm actually not drinking this time because I think I might die.
Do you know what? We'll do something weird different. Hamish, how are you doing? Ask if you're okay.
This is the first time you've done this sober.
I mean, I wouldn't say I was sober. I've drank so much the past 3 days, I've definitely still got some in my system, usually. And 2 new tattoos as well, which you need to give me stick and poke tattoos. Just because I was drunk and I was like, yeah, that sounds like great fun. She was like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. I don't regret them though, they're fine.
So what is a stick and poke tattoo?
Aye, so it's just like a needle.
Oh,
I just do it once a time, like a wee coffee cup there.
Hey, yeah.
I got a wee crescent moon on my arm.
Do you drink coffee?
That's
I love coffee, mate.
Alright,
So when I've not got alcohol, I'll get coffee. Sometimes both.
You kind of look like one of my old third year English books.
Wee jotter books.
We doodles all over them.
Is that because you can't actually write, you just doodle?
Well, I was bored in class, it was too good.
Hamish should do it.
He's just like a canvas, just draw something on him.
There you go. I like that. What are you talking about?
Thank you.
She could have done that hair thing you can get.
You get my hairline?
Yeah, you get the tattoos, so it looks like you've got shaved head.
What, the Wayne Rooney?
No, he went the whole hog and get real hair put in his head.
Oh.
I think I'm eventually just going to need to shave my hair because it's quite thin, but I need to lose weight first because a fat guy can't go bald and you look like a thumb. I look ridiculous, like an egg or something like that. So anyway, yeah, what's new, Hugh?
What's new? Well, I've been putting off playing The Last of Us 2 because I'm not in the right emotional place. I just didn't want to play a sad game. I have to build myself up to this. I have to feel like I'm in the mood. It'd be sad, but
yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima came.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very good.
Yeah. It was released yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah. I got it late and I installed it, and I woke up quite early this morning. I think I put about 4 or 5 hours into it.
Nice.
It's a Japanese medieval samurai game. The Mongols are invading northern Japan, and you've got to try and fight them off. I don't want to go into too much because I don't want to spoil it because it's so new.
You're even boring, Paige.
I know, Paige.
Oh, guys, just to say, we're actually recording at mine for the first time as well.
Yeah.
So there's 4 of us in, and Paige is our special guest. She's just lying on top of Hugh.
Trying to shut him up with boring stories.
Nah, I was going to put my feet on early, but that's mean. Dom, get in here.
So, Ghost of Tsushima.
I've been doing that all day.
It looks really nice, but I have heard that the gameplay is just a bit boring and repetitive, and there's not really much to it when you actually take away the...
Hell, maybe we should just come in straight into the fucking...
Whoa,
shreds now. I've put, 4 or 5 hours in it already, and it's definitely a third-person action game. That's you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
You've got it's like Assassin's Creed. It's better, and it's like Horizon Zero Dawn and stuff like that. It's got all of its nice individual, unique parts to it. But it's definitely those games.
Okay, the genre.
Yeah, but what animal do I hate most in this world?
Bears.
Fucking bears, right? So I was running in a field, right? And I was about to kill a guy. And this bear just fucking ate me. I've never been so angry because no one told me there was bears in this fucking game. So see, next time I saw a bear, I was in the back of my horse and I chased it and I was shooting it with my arrows. And it came back to chase me, obviously, and I ran away. But
it's not even a real bear, you know that, right?
Quick warning: there's bears in this game.
This is a bear warning from you.
No one needs that warning except you.
Yeah, but it's a really, really good game so far. I'm enjoying the combat. It's He's played Neo.
No.
Neo's,
I know the one you mean.
Neo's like sort of the same idea, samurai, Dark Souls-y type game. And I put a little time into Neo. It's not as hard as Neo, but you have to learn the patterns and the parrying and the dodging and all that stuff. It's not generic. I think the art style is really nice, and the fact it's in feudal Japan makes it interesting. But it's definitely one of these, you call them PlayStation 4 action games now, because like Spider-Man, God of War, it's all in that same kind of vein. But I would definitely recommend it.
So how long is the game?
I've heard it's 50 hours to platinum. I don't know how much it is to complete yet, because it's only been out since Friday.
Yeah, so
it's Saturday.
So that's what I thought was really strange, that when you said that, like, people are already saying about that game when it's not even. I mean, yeah, you may get a couple of like early copy releases for people to get a couple of hours into it, maybe a couple of days. But how can you judge a game like that like instantly in less than 24 hours?
I definitely judged it straight away because it felt clunky at the beginning, but I think it was meant to, because of the combat. You need to like. It's a skill tree game.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what you're getting. So far, anyway. It may change later. There's collectibles. There's places to go to. Like you get a wee cutscene and something happens and you get a power up or whatever it is. So it's definitely a game that you played before, but with a nice cover over it.
Is it just really the setting that you like? Because it sounds like an Assassin's Creed game or a Far Cry game, which you always have gripes with when I talk about this.
Yeah, well, I do. Assassin's Creed and Far Cry annoy me because they are the same game every time. But Ghost of Tsushima is its own. Like, unless in 4 years I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima 4 and it's the same type of idea.
Or someone wakes up from the Atmos and just be like, oh, it was an Assassin's Creed game all along and you'll be so nice.
Oh man, like Assassin's Creed doesn't even I don't even hate it. It's just boring. Like the
new trailer, they released the new trailer for like Valhalla.
I'm saying that from ignorance though, because I haven't played. You know what? I know I would like Odyssey and Origins. I know I'd like them before you even say it. I'll probably enjoy them. No, not because of you. It's just because like if those games weren't Assassin's Creed games, I'd probably have played them by now.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in the franchise of Assassin's Creed. I'm interested in the settings they're in, because ancient Egypt and Greece are very cool, Vikings are very cool, but it's just, I don't know, it's just a mental thing, like, fuck Assassin's Creed, because they are literally trying to, like, what do they call that when they make, what's the wee cookie making device?
A cookie cutter?
Cookie cutter! My brain doesn't work.
Half a sip of beer.
But you know what I mean though, by like sometimes you play so many.
It's very copy paste.
Yeah, like especially Far Cry. I think like I played nearly all the Far Cries so far. It's at 5, and like I think they all meld into one for me. Like in my head, they're not bad games. They probably are very good games individually, but because of the culture around those games, it puts me off.
I think that a lot of the games you can just get fatigue from.
Yeah.
Which is really hard to sort of get away from. Like, how can you keep something like that if you've got to release it every 2 years, it seems? And it's quite tough.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that, even though I really enjoy them, but I couldn't play like one after another. I couldn't play 5 and then 6, so 6 isn't out yet.
I know we were having a bit, an argument probably, and people would call it, in our WhatsApp about, we're talking about prices of games, because we were talking about Assassin's Creed being £90. So about $100 for the special digital edition or whatever it's called.
All 3 of the new ones that they released like pre-orders for, so Far Cry 6, Valhalla and Watch Dogs Legion, there was like £100, but they say it was discounted, so it was like £91.99.
That's good of them.
They released all of them, like special editions for all of them. But I mean,
what is a special edition online though? Like that's what I don't get. A digital special edition is a fucking scam to me.
Yeah, it's like an extra skin, maybe promised DLC that may come out, maybe.
Things that were in the game that were made while the game was in development, that they removed from the game to sell you at a more expensive price.
Or if you buy it from day one, you get it all in one go.
I know this was a conversation that goes to Tsushima, and now it's turned into fucking stuff again. But like,
you just don't like it.
Well,
And you just go in person, you can get them.
I don't like the business practices.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're trying to normalise games being
services,
higher prices. Like, games are a price for a reason. Like, we figured out that 40 or between £40 and £50 is the price for games. Like, that's how much they're going to cost.
What company was it was doing the most expensive, or was the first company they hit 50, 60?
I can't remember. It was Activision?
Activision, yeah.
Oh, well, fucking hell.
Yeah, I think it was Modern Warfare was one of the games. Something like that, but it was MAG. It was, wasn't it? Gun. Sorry,
Gun, yeah.
Gun. Like, I know people are saying like it takes a lot to make games, but it also takes a lot to make films.
Yeah.
Like, it took more to make Avengers Endgame, but I didn't pay £40 a ticket for that. Like, I paid the same price as I did for an indie film that I went to see.
But yeah, it's when they always sort of use like, well, people want this. It's not necessarily. I mean, you've seen like what Fortnite started off with, when it was a free-to-play game, with like just using the Unreal Engine to what it is now, because it just kept developing it for it, but it didn't charge any money to do it. It charged for aesthetics and that's it. But you look at these games that are wanting to charge like X amount for it, and yeah, they look great, but if they don't play well, then what's the point of having it out there?
I do kind of agree with you on taking stuff out of it, because I think if you pre-order any of those games, you get there's an extra mission that you get.
Yeah.
But it's basically just a bundle of the game and the season pass, which is usually about £30.
Yeah.
And then like a week of the bonus stuff like cosmetics, like Dom was saying. But it does work out basically the same. So
I know it does, but like it just seems like they're trying to normalize, like, because even the DLC, you could say like those are part of the game.
They're obviously already made, or at least they're already planned, so they could have made them and put them in the game.
Yeah, like it just seems like they're trying to up the price of games in weird ways. Now, here's a digital special edition where you get, what was it in Battlefront, actually Star Wars game, you got like Han Solo's blaster. Like, why is that not in the fucking game anyway?
Yeah.
Like anyway, back to Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Like, Ghost of Tsushima is a third-person action game with scale trees, but it's set in medieval Japan, which is a very cool setting.
Yeah.
5 hours in, I'm really enjoying it. The horse is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a horse. I got a white horse and called it Shadow, to be ironic.
After your favourite Sonic character?
Yeah, after the best Sonic character, the one that shoots people. I keep saying It's been a long time.
You're Canadian.
But yeah, if you've played a PS4 exclusive, you've played this game. Like, and you could.
I do like the idea of the setting for it as well, because like I'm trying to think in most media you don't really get much samurai. Apart from Sekiro, that was like Died Twice was what, 2-3 years ago?
No, well, that was a year ago, mate.
Was that it? Oh, actually, yeah.
It wasn't even that long ago, Sekiro, because I got these games mixed up when they were like being announced, because I was like, a samurai game? That's the same game, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it was like one of those Dark Souls sort of.
The weird thing about this game is it's pretty good with the samurai history and the traditions and stuff.
Yeah,
it's
but that's
by an
like,
American company.
Yeah, but that's why I'm like very interested in it, because it's we don't get much of a samurai culture now. It's like very, but the last thing I can really remember was like Last Samurai, Hollywood guys did something with samurais.
I can't remember if there's been many games that said
the Wolverine, maybe with the Silver Samurai.
Wolverine was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, like that's the closest thing I think to like looking back on the samurai culture.
Yeah, it's not oversaturated. Like there's not loads of games like
Samurai Showdown's maybe the only other sort of game. That's that's an upgrade from like the SNK days.
So I would get it if you guys like that type of game. You probably do, because it's a very very comfortable type of game.
Yeah.
And if you like medieval Japan and really cool sword play, there you go. That's what you got. You got your circle dodge. You got your L1 parry. You got your pals are there.
Yeah.
Your heavy attack, your light attack, your shield break. Like, it's very comfortable, but it's a nice package.
Think you'll finish it?
Yeah, well, these games, like checklists.
Yeah.
So, it's very easy to finish these games.
Comes back, gets a t-shirt.
I got the reversible inlay, and it's awful. It just
really,
it just doesn't look like it's reversible at all. It's just like white where like you can kind of see like a pattern. I'm like, nah.
It's the name that's in the far distance. You got to squint to look at it.
Well, like, I started playing this before I played The Last of Us 2 because this game I thought would be a bit not happier, but like not as fucking heavy as The Last of Us 2. Turns out it's pretty fucking heavy. Like,
That looks run down, I'm assuming.
like samurai swords are not clean weapons.
Oh god, no.
You cut.
And then you get bears as well, mate.
Bear the fucking bear, man. I swear to God. Like, because I was like, what was that? And I turned the camera and this bear was like, like right at me.
Woo-woo.
And I was like, alright, I'll dodge the bear. Nope. Nope.
You can't dodge a bear. You can't use bear mace on it.
You ain't dodging no bear. Samurai sword don't fucking work either.
Yeah.
Like,
Pretty tough, mate. Pretty tough bears.
so, we got to ride away on your horse and shoot it while it's running at you.
You been up to anything else?
I've been trying not to watch and play stuff as much. Like, everything I do revolves around looking at a screen, which is going to sound dumb because I was reading off my screen. I got the Shonen Jump app. You know what Shonen Jump is? It's like
I'll explain to the listeners as well, just in case they don't know what it is.
Weekly Shonen Jump is a weekly magazine in Japan with all the manga chapters.
Right.
So like Dragon Ball's in it, One Piece is in it. You know, the big names in it, Naruto, it's like the biggest magazine. And I quite like reading manga. So I just checked if there was an app for it, and there was. It was only $1.99 a month, and you get like a free week.
Yeah.
So downloaded that, and started reading something called Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is awesome, by the way. It's probably the best thing I've read in a long time. That includes the Bible.
When did you last read the Bible?
Last week, mate.
Really?
Yeah.
Front to back, you finish it?
I got to keep up with my Bible studies. Okay. Chainsaw Man is a boy who lives in a world where there's demons. It's like a normal world like this, except sometimes there's animals called demons that attack humans and people kill them for money. And he's got like a wee demon dog who's got a chainsaw face.
Nice.
Very cool. He uses chainsaw face dog to kill things, but then something happens and he gets killed, and the chainsaw dog saves him by
The power of love.
Power of friendship.
Pretty much, like it goes into uses his heart, like
Restarts his
something like
Kickstarts his
dumb manga thing, right? And then he turns into this thing called Chainsaw Man, who's got chainsaws for arms
Nice.
and a chainsaw face.
Nice.
The chainsaw face is the best. And then he gets
Does it talk like hello?
How is he meant to go to the toilet?
Oh, he turns back into a normal person.
Okay.
He's got like a pull chain on his heart. And he pulls it to turn into Chainsaw Man.
That's pretty sweet.
Like, I read this whole thing in like one day. Like it's like 50 odd chapters. It's been going for like 2 years now. I was like, this is fucking amazing.
What happens to Chainsaw Man?
It's ridiculous, but it's really, really fun. And like, man, like, you know, like Game of Thrones, everyone was like, oh, everyone dies. Like, don't get attached to anyone if you've ever read this. Like,
Nobody's safe.
you think, oh, this is my main character group. This is, no. So Chainsaw Man is now my favourite manga. It's amazing. It's really good. Now I have to wait weekly for chapters though, which is a bit annoying.
Yeah.
But like,
you blast through all that.
it's great, man. Like, the Shonen Jump app's really good. It's got all One Piece on it, all Dragon Ball. Like, so One Piece is like 900 chapters now, and I was like, oh, I'm not buying that.
Yeah.
So I can read that without having to pay £7 a volume, and it's something like, I think there's like 40 volumes or something like that of One Piece, like something ridiculous. Like, I'm not paying that to read One Piece. So
And One Piece is pretty fun, but I can understand like it's over 900 chapters. So like, fuck that.
yeah, like,
You can't even watch the anime because it's just insanely long as well.
yeah,
But it's very choppy as well, from what I've heard a few people say, where it's like they drag out chapters like that should only last a couple of seconds out to like 20 minutes, and you're like,
that's why reading it is so much faster, because like obviously you read a comic pretty quick. I think like sometimes too quick. Sometimes I have to sit and like study the page and like, I'm skipping by all this amazing artwork here.
Yeah, because I'm just reading the dialogue. I'm just going between speech bubbles.
And the artwork's really, really cool as well. You know, like manga art is usually pretty line heavy. This is quite detailed. It's quite nice. Crazy though, crazy. That and The Promised Neverland. They're excellent.
Maybe you were telling me that last.
I know Hamish is like, I'm never going to look at this.
And I'm just like, when can I talk about something else?
Other than reading in the Shonen Jump app and Ghost of Tsushima, I haven't really been doing anything. Sleeping a lot of the time. Reading Lucifer. I've read the new Lucifer comic book series by, I think his name's Mike. Clancy. Big Mike.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Clancy, I think it's something else.
The Tom?
It's Mike C.
Big Tom Clancy.
But that's excellent, man. Like, have you ever read Lucifer before?
Yeah, I've read a bit of it.
Yeah, the Neil Gaiman created series, like, it's so good. They finished the series in like 2012 and then came back with this one in 2017. So it's really good. It's like it's nothing like a TV show. Like zero similarities. So if you like weird Bible mythological stuff in the modern day with astrophysics and shit in it as well, like, give it a read.
Yes.
That's me done.
Whoa.
Thank God. If anyone's still with us, you want to tell?
Hey man, it's been a while since he's had people in front of him, so I had to get it all off his chest.
How about you, Dom? What's new? What you been up to?
Oh well, before we do that, Hamish.
Oh, live sparking!
Oh, look at that. It's definitely been a while since I was there.
Oh yeah.
Been a while.
Definitely.
So yeah, I've been up to a few things. Last time we were talking about Persona 4 Golden, finished that.
Fucking hell.
Got about 80 hours into it, which was good. And then I discovered, if you meet this one character, there's a whole extra 60 hours you can play. And I was like, nah, I'm good.
Is that not the golden part?
So that is the golden part from it, which I found out after I played P4, because I think it spoiled through all of P4, which is insane.
Is that not the reason you started playing this though?
No, because it came on PC. No, it came on PC. That's the only reason I got it, and it ran a lot better, and it had a better upgrading graphics and battle system. So,
alright, I thought you started playing it because you wanted to play the golden version of the game.
No, I just wanted to play the more up-to-date version of the game.
Just play the golden bit count.
Well, I could do it, but I've given it to Kev so he's wanting to play the golden bit because he's been waiting, because he had it for the PS Vita but it kept crashing, and then his Vita deleted everything, so it's like, that's 60 plus hours in a game and all gone.
Yeah.
So he's like, right, I've said, like, there's my file, use my no scopes, sexy butt 69, I think I called him the character. So it's like, right, no scopes, what's going on? And I'm like, so after, like, I found out it was like 60 extra hours for that, I went, you know what, I'm not going to do that, I'll just find out, I'll just read up or I'll just watch some videos on it. And it's interesting what they do for the extra S-Link for it and the whole new story of what involves in the town. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Then I found out there was more to it as well. There was like another part that's been hidden, and it's like one of those sort of, this is getting a bit fucking ridiculous.
How long does this game need to be?
I don't know, man. Like, from what I checked, people are like, yeah, you need at least an extra 100 hours into it. I'm like, right, nah. Like, so the super secret ending is like you have to get everything maxed out, all your characters to level 10, social links, all of them maxed out to max levels 99 in the palaces, all the personas to capture all of them, level them all up. So I'm like, nah, it's not worth that. And then when I seen the twist happen, I was like, really? That's what you're going for? And it's like, aha, it was me all along. And you're like, nah. But I said to
you were actually the bad guy?
No, it wasn't. It was something more ridiculous than that. I don't really want to say it for spoilers because...
Was the dog the bad guy?
Was Bruce Willis dead?
No, it's something more ridiculous, I thought, than that.
Oh my god, how ridiculous is this?
So
is Hamish the bad guy?
That's not
like. I'll tell you, and you can go like, okay, what the fuck. So, quick spoilers for Persona 4 Golden.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Spoil it, Dom.
When you first come into the town, you go to a petrol station, and someone says, "Hey man, we're looking for like some part-time workers. You know, if you're interested, come and work here." Okay. Guy shakes your hand. And then you feel a wee bit ill, and then you're just tired from the train ride into the town. That person's the be-all, end-all of the universe. The person runs the petrol station. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? So you get so long into the game that you forget that ever happened, and then it flashes back to it, and I was sitting going, fuck off, and then it's like, the eyes go red, and he's like, it was me, and he rises up, and I'm like, no, turn off, that's it. This is ridiculous.
I've had enough of this.
Oh, JRPGs is like, oh, it's me, the petrol station manager all along. I was the devil.
You're like, but why? And they're like, why? Because this town's kind of boring, right? Like, that's your reason? That's your whole... fucking... Right, okay. Let's fight.
Okay, Japan.
Yeah. But again, it's a really fun game if you've never played it. Soundtrack's great. Story up for the full P4 part is great. The Golden extension parts look really fun. But if we ever get Kev on the podcast, he can tell you all about it because he'd love to talk about Persona and everything about that.
So, I've still not completed 5. I'm about 15, 20 hours into it. Like, see when I beat 5 eventually, like, do you think it's worth me going back to play 4 on my Vita? Because I got it on the Vita, because I bought it for like £3, it was on sale, and I was like, I'll eventually want to play that.
You got Royale, didn't you?
Yeah, I got the Royale.
Yeah. I would say it is worth it because it is a different experience you get from it, because I think I was saying the last time, it regresses in some ways, but your friends are a lot better, the way they do the social links are a lot better because
friends are weird, man. Like, see, like, not in real life, but like, you got all these options, like, to choose what to say to them, and you have to pick the right one, or they won't be your friend. And you're like,
yeah,
this is stressful. Like, this feels like high school again.
Yeah. So, like, the S-Links in P4 are a lot. They feel more human and less robotic like that, where you have to make sure you make the right decision, or make the right call, or say the right thing and do the right thing.
It's like Fire Emblem when you do the tea party.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Like, you've got three things to say to them, like, as a conversation starter. And like, see if you get the first one wrong, their face is so sad, and you're like, fuck's sake.
Or when
like,
you get their questions in the anonymous box and you have to guess them by the silhouette, but they all got anime hair, so you're like, what the fuck? Who's got the wacky anime hair? Fucking every cunt.
I only know the nervous girl because she writes in a nervous way as well, you know, so that's obviously the nervous girl.
Yeah.
You know, like, so the only person I'm friends with is the one that won't come out of their fucking room.
But yeah, that's worth that to play, I would say.
The story, does it follow from like 4 to 5, or is it its own separate thing?
Own separate thing, but they do have like
it's an anthology in it, like, so each game's got its own.
No, well, they do like
universe
throwbacks and stuff, like that I wouldn't notice until I played P4. Like Rise, she's in a character in P4 that you get in your team, but she's in all the bulletin, like, sort of ads and stuff like that as like a model, because she's like a what do they call them in Japan? Idols?
An idol,
yeah, so she's an idol, so you see her in adverts and stuff in P5, you're like, oh, fuck, that's it. Yeah, she is. So they'll have wee things like that because, because it's like, they're all set in different locations in Japan. Like P5 set like right in Shibuya, so it's like all city based. And Royale, I'm going to get that soon and just try it again, but I'm a bit scared because I've seen like how many hours it is to get like all the other confidence for it.
If you want to do the game sharing for the PS4, I've got it digitally.
Ooh, I might do that then. Because they've redone a few voice acting lines for it, plus they've added a lot of context for a lot of other characters.
Yeah, they took out some like weird shit as well.
Yeah, they took out 2 characters, and I can understand why they did that, but they added in a lot more to make other characters more fleshed out. Yeah, like there was a character called Haru, was it? That you meet, and then you're like, oh, she joins the team? Oh, well, hold on, that's the end of the game. Wait, who's this guy? And you had nothing in common with her, but they introduced her a lot earlier, and it makes more sense that way.
Cool.
But yeah, I would say it's worth it. See if you do like your Persona games. But that soundtrack, soundtrack is banging.
Yeah, I'm so interested in these games from a distance. Like, I played, obviously started 5, but like, I love RPGs, but like, is the fucking time I have to spend
do you know
it just intimidates the fuck out of me, and I'm like, can't start it because if I start it, then I'm now stuck in this.
I walked into this game for like 100 hours.
What I may say that you, if you're interested in it, is that there's the Persona 4 anime that was on Crunchyroll. Not the Golden, just the regular Persona 4.
Right.
Watch a couple of episodes of that and see if you like it. It is voiced, see the guy who does Vash from Trigun. He plays the main character, so in Persona 4, your guy's a mute, because it's you playing him. So they call him you, why you, in the anime, and he's voiced, but he plays it straight faced like the whole time, so it's really bizarre because he'll say all like the weird answers that would come up in your game. but he does it so straight
That's so
that they
weird.
don't take him seriously. He's just there.
I've seen, like, I haven't watched them, but I know there's a Devil May Cry anime. I know there's a Phoenix Wright anime. And like I've heard like anime like films based on games are not good because they're not meant to be in that short. They're not meant to be in that format.
The P4 anime, the first one that they did at that, did so well that everyone else really tried to copy off of them. Even the Golden Edition, but the problem is they cheaped out on a lot of the animation. So that's why like Devil May Cry and all these other ones kind of lack it because it doesn't have the style that the original P4 had. And from what I'm seeing, even if you just watch some clips on YouTube, you're like, because they don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
They take it as like, this is supposed to be like a fun anime, and then they only get serious when like all the murders and stuff happen. They go, oh, what the fuck? This is like, we've got to stop this killing.
Do they look like the cutscenes from the game? Now the P5's cutscenes are like
they're gorgeous,
top-notch anime content, mate.
The P5 anime, avoid.
No, I heard that as well.
Yeah, it's cheaped out.
It's hard to make a 100-hour game into a 3 or 4 hour anime.
You could do it. It's just that it would take a long time to do it. But it's like you don't want to take time when you could make all the money now.
Oh no! You mean you need all the money right now?
You need all the money right now, and then think about
that's called the Activision.
It's called Japan, man. Honestly, it comes to it. But yeah, worth a play of that. But do you know what's not worth a watch? That stupid Eurovision movie. Oh my god!
I heard it was good. Jerry Mahoney said it was good.
Jared Mahoney said it was good. I was talking to him about it, and I was like, I didn't get it. I didn't laugh once. This is supposed to be a comedy. The music was just like Eurovision music, so I was like, I can understand it because it's just like it's very European. We would understand quite a lot of it because Eurovision is quite big in the UK.
Yeah,
but it feels like this is an American's take on Eurovision. You have no fucking idea what Eurovision is.
Eurovision in the UK is a way to hate on the rest of Europe. It's Britain's favourite pastime is to slag France, slag Germany, slag Italy, slag Spain. Like that's Britain's favourite pastime.
It's a Eurovision drinking game. That's what you need to do.
Oh yeah.
Me, Hunter, and Andy played it one time. Hunter wasn't even finished work. He had like an hour to finish work. So me and Andy had 2 crates of Carlsberg and 3 bottles of like sours shot and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think we all had about 30 rules each to memorise. Because anytime that someone's wearing their colours of their country, then drink. We had them all written down. But even before, we started an hour before when Hunter was still working, and before Hunter even finished and joined us, we had to go back to the shop and get one alcohol because we got through it all.
Oh, man.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah,
that sounds fun, but in a bad way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really bizarre. Like the whole movie, the whole concept of it was like you could understand like what they were trying to do. Like these 2 local singers in Iceland that were trying to make it big. One guy's really into Eurovision because he sees ABBA on the telly and he's like, oh, I want to do that one day. That guy's Will Ferrell, putting on an accent, but his American accent comes through quite a lot. Pierce Brosnan's in it as well, with his dad, and
is Will Ferrell just Will Ferrell? Like he always is in every movie?
I think that's what the problem is. Like I'm either burnt out on his style of comedy, or this movie just generally wasn't good. But there's a few things that are really off to this. You've probably seen like pictures of it, which is really strange. So the movie, like the semi-final and the finals are in Edinburgh.
Really?
So there's shots of like in Edinburgh Castle and stuff. Oh, that's pretty good for that.
Yeah.
But where they shoot Eurovision is in the Hydro.
Oh no!
So give you perspective from that. The Hydro is in Glasgow, and they're shooting a lot of things in Edinburgh. So you're like, okay. So there's like a big scene at the end. It's like, we got to get to the venue because of all that misunderstanding and stuff. Alright, so they're driving this mini car round like the quiet streets of like Princess Street and round in Edinburgh, okay, and then it goes a straight road and you can see the Hydro in the distance.
Oh my god.
Like, and you're like,
that's not right.
That's not right. I think Jason walked in when he watched, he's like, what the fuck's a Hydro doing in the middle of Edinburgh? I'm like, I says, but they're on the cobblestones as well. I says, there's nothing.
So they've obviously like composited in the Hydro at the end of the road.
Yeah.
And then like Scottish people everywhere are just like, fuck this movie.
Yeah.
Fuck this movie.
Yeah. It was just
Edinburgh isn't Glasgow and Glasgow isn't Edinburgh. We've only got 2 cities in this country.
I do think that the movie was quite Glee-like. So if anyone that's like a big fan of like the Glee musicals and stuff,
please don't listen to this podcast.
you might enjoy like some of the bits that they do in it. But to be honest, a lot of it I felt was quite forced.
Do you think the humour around Eurovision is very British?
Well,
It's the stupidity of it and the way we can laugh at it and ourselves is a British ironic way.
Yeah,
the Americans,
tongue in cheek, but
American comedy just can't quite get that level of sarcasm.
So the thing I thought was strange about it as well is like they take the piss out of the UK, innit?
Yeah,
It says they had like the UK sign on it. I can't remember who it was.
joke.
Yeah, they go, no one votes. They always get mad because no one votes for them. I'm like, yeah, well, that's true. It's all kind of, we always think it's political, so it's like, alright, well, no problem.
I mean, if you're going to be the cunts of Europe, you've got to expect to be treated like the cunts of Europe.
But they had, like, as the commentator for the whole thing, like, some American guy for some reason, and they had Graham Norton, who's the British, guy for the Eurovision. So I was like, wait, hold on, so wait, like, and then Will Ferrell had a whole rant of these American tourists that I don't know why they were there, just tourists, and he started having a go at American tourists, like yelling at them, like, nobody likes you, America, and I'm like, what angle is this movie trying to go at?
Kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I just really didn't laugh. There was a clip of like a meme of a guy shouting to play this one song in particular, and he just kept yelling it until they play it. And everyone's like, funniest part of the movie, haha, and I watched it going, that's not funny.
It just sounds really forced.
Yeah.
Sounds like Will Ferrell films to me.
Yeah.
He's never been the same since Talladega Nights.
I think, after Sherlock and Holmes, was it Sherlock and Holmes or Sherlock Holmes something? Sherlock and Watson, I think it was called.
Watson or something like that.
Yeah, that movie was like, I think that killed him, because I was like, that was fucking... Ooh.
They haven't been, like, if we're totally honest, Will said.
Yes, let's be honest, boys. Like, say space.
Step Brothers and that aren't actually that funny.
They're like, they're quotable. These films are usually like, there's some good wee sound bites from it, and people enjoy quoting them to their pals more than they actually enjoy the movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like,
it's a Catalina wine mixer for you.
Yeah. Well, I still hear people saying I'm in a glass cage of emotions or and stuff like that. But when you actually look back at the films, it's like, they're okay.
What's the Christmas one with Mark Wahlberg? Daddy's Home?
Yeah.
That's not Christmas. I think the second one's Christmas.
Second one's Christmas.
Mark Wahlberg is the funny guy in those films. Like, because he's a straight guy, obviously, like, Will Ferrell's weirdo.
Yeah.
But in the second one, the funniest guy is Mel Gibson.
Because, Mel Gibson was brilliant in that.
Because he plays himself.
Yeah.
Old, angry, womanising, racist guy. But, like, I enjoyed him in the film. Yeah. But Will Ferrell's the worst part about those films. Like,
I think it's just that you know what you're getting with Will Ferrell, it's always the same.
Yeah.
I think he's a lot better in, the Lego movie, like that kind of character. He's quite,
I feel he doesn't have much choice in those films. He plays the character he's given.
Yeah.
But I feel like in these other ones, it's written for him.
See, but the thing is, though, he wrote and produced this Eurovision movie, so he must have had some sort of, knowledge of Eurovision. So, which makes me wonder, he kind of didn't do Eurovision any favours.
Eurovision is rubbish anyway.
Well, it's fine.
Look, Hamish, I know you love drinking to it.
But no, it's the whole thing with Eurovision is with the UK, again, as we've said before, they joke and say, we don't vote for them because it's all political. But to be fair, we don't really get much sort of European music.
No, we don't.
We get what's on the charts in America and whatever's in English. We don't get anything sort of diverse like you would get in France, Sweden, Spain.
Unless you're a group like Aqua in the 90s who sang in English about Barbie girls and stuff like that. That's all we get.
Yeah.
Or Scandinavian dance groups. We get a lot of those.
Yeah. Or if it's something that's so globally known, like Gundam style, it's that's it. That's all you're really getting.
Yeah, you're not getting German music here or Italian music or anything like that.
Because, the last thing
if they don't speak English, we're not interested.
Yeah, which is a horrible thing.
We don't even speak English, as you can hear.
Yeah, exactly. So but I would say if we were more open to the different diversities you would get through music for it, we'd be a lot more we'd probably improve a lot more for Eurovision. But again, Eurovision's just Eurovision. It's nothing.
It's just something to watch, isn't it?
I don't think I've watched it in years. I think the last song that was an absolute banger was that one that I think it was Israel from 20 years ago.
Hey man, Lordi when they won, man, that was awesome.
That's ridiculous. So Lordi were a known rock group, they weren't a fucking...
Well, they weren't really. At the time, they blew up after it. I knew of Lordi before they were on Well, yeah, that's because we have Rory as a pal. Because that's how he talks of it.
Yeah. I saw him on Crying, and I can't remember the song. Or Scuzz, yeah. And I was like, this isn't Gua.
Devil was a Loser, I think it was something.
Yeah, because they have the horror film like videos.
Yeah. Well.
When you used to watch videos on a channel that you couldn't control. Like, fucking please play Slipknot, please.
So, apart from that, I was watching the Unsolved Mysteries as well. Me and Angie were watching through it, so it was interesting.
You still think?
Yeah, it's still a
I
thing.
think updates every week, though.
I'm surprised.
I'm making it a part of the podcast.
Oh, he's just he wants the Angie updates.
I want the Angie updates. You know what I mean? Like, no one will let me meet their significant other because...
I don't know why, Hugh. You seem such a lovely guy.
Because you're the worst.
I can't hear anything to say. But, you know, let us know. The audience wants to hear.
The audience wants to know. Well, we were watching that. Well, hopefully when she's coming up tomorrow, so we're going to try to finish Cuphead as well.
Nice.
So
how far are you in Cuphead?
we're on the second part of it, so we just finished the what mission was it? We just finished the Cake Lady, where she's thrown like the cake tower and it comes after you. I think we just finished that.
Have you argued over Cuphead yet?
No, she's seen me getting raging at it because like I was like, I completed it before. She went bullshit. Well,
I care. She's like,
no, because she was saying to us like we were talking about it. She's like, no, like that game's fucking hard. I'm like, no, I completed it. It says the last part of it I hated with King Die because we did this wee bit with the cards. I'm like, no, fuck this game. Showed them it was there. I'm like, but this wee play. It says, I think I'll get a handle of it. No, all the rage came out like, fuck.
I'll show you my achievements. Like, come on, sure. Completed the game.
Yeah. But funnily enough, she did find an achievement in the game that I didn't get, which was a shortcut, and I was like, huh, shit, I didn't get that.
and she was just like,
no, she's pretty solid at it, man. So
it's pretty good, man.
It takes a while to get used to like the mechanics again, but
definitely.
Once you get into the swing of things, it's good.
It's not one you can just pick up and play. You need to dedicate a bit of time to learning it.
That's when I go wrong with that game. Sometimes I'm like, I just want to see that animation and music and stuff. And then I'm like, I play the first level and I get fucked up, and I'm like, you know what? This is why I don't play this game. Like, instead of putting time into it,
I was thinking about streaming it with her as well, but we'll
do it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll do it tomorrow.
I keep saying I'm going to stream and then like working.
Yeah, for that. But I'll see what's it.
How long was my message in the chat for last week?
I seen it was alright and I deleted it.
I was like in work and I was like, can they do like the streaming and stuff tonight? Like a text, put it in the chat, and honestly, as soon as I pressed send, someone walked in and went, "Oh, can you go do this thing?" I'm like, fuck.
I know that feeling.
Responsibilities, man.
Deleted it, and then like Dom's like, I guess you're not doing it then.
Because I saw like I obviously got the notification saying, "No, I might stream some Last of Us 2 tonight, boys." And then the next one I saw was like, I guess there's no Last of Us 2 then. And I was like, oh, what's happened to you?
Oh, is there an argument?
Here we go. But we watched some of the Unsolved Mysteries as well, which was interesting.
Sorry, we totally...
No, it's fine. So we watched some of that, and it was... and it's very interesting, like the way they shot it. It's like produced by the guys that did Stranger Things. So it's the sort of revamped version of Unsolved Mysteries. It used to be on Sky One. I remember I used to watch that all the time. It was like, we need to find out where this killer is. If you know information, please let us know. Damn what? Yeah, we know. Wait, this is all in America. No, we wouldn't know any guys from it.
That's Big Jimmy. I don't know.
Phoning up, I know a guy. He lives in Glasgow. And Glasgow, where? Hang up.
Glasgow, Texas.
Glasgow.
But this one's more interesting because it is all around the world. Like episode 2, I think, is the one that's about. I think I was even telling you about it with the family in France.
No, you didn't.
2011.
Are these real?
Yeah, they're all real for it, and they're still unsolved.
Is it Riker from The Next Generation?
No, that's Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Oh god, that's well better though. Because I love that, like, the whole club's going, no, it's actually not true.
It's not true.
Not true this time. It's like a text.
You go.
It's like the YouTube clip of him asking things, because it's like the intro to the episode. It's like, what colour is the sky?
He's such a good actor.
Yeah. The big beard and that, and then sometimes he doesn't have the beard, and you go, oh, you shaved for that moment for Star Trek, and then you get the beard back,
Yeah. He, like, see, when I was growing up, my dad watched so much The Next Generation, and I think that guy's part of my family. He's Uncle Riker.
Uncle Riker.
Like, my dad honestly, see, as soon as he came back from work, Star Trek Next Generation came on, and I didn't go off until we went to bed.
And then Hugh spoke up about it. He was like, "Shut up, Wesley."
Don't, like, that gives me like the fear.
Yeah, no one likes Wesley, man. But there's a whole interesting saga that they do with them. Like there is a ghost one that's on it. I keep starting for it. Not that it's scary or anything like that. I just keep distracted.
You watch it with the light on.
But there is an interesting thing that you can do afterwards. Again, thanks to Andrew, it makes a lot more sense because you get more information about it. Like you can jump right onto Reddit and like Reddit will solve everything. So it's like had Unsolved Mysteries, it says give Reddit 10 minutes. It says solved mysteries because they're pretty good at just figuring out what you're pointing out things for it. And it says, well, on the show they say that it's like they didn't know this happened, but clearly there's evidence here that show this and this happened, but it doesn't make compelling
The
television.
show's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
But they're still technically unsolved, so there could be like there's evidence to show, okay, this could have been like an attack, and this could have been this little town making sure no one get, or this could have been like it's just conspiracy theories, but it's all like it's shot well, it's acted really well because they get the real people to interview, and it's really fun. Well, not really fun because some of it's really horrible.
Quite dark. Yeah.
There's a story about a guy's going to a party and a black guy there with his pals, and then they basically just leave him in the house. Go, well, someone else will take him home, and they don't really check up, and then he goes missing, and people are like, he never goes missing, and it's like a whole thing like that. The police weren't helping. The police weren't helping the people in the house. Were like,
we don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then it's like, okay, we've done our search. It says like, okay, right, you've moaned for a month long enough. We'll go and find them. And they go looking. I think it's 20 minutes, and then they found his body, and they're just like, 20 minutes? Yeah. They find it. So it's like, how the fuck, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
and so they couldn't understand, like, and they couldn't have a cause of death, therefore it would always stay open.
Oh, okay.
And then
that's weird.
Back in 2019, they went, well, you've had long enough, we're closing this case, i.e., we're trying to bury this shit because we don't want anyone to figure out.
Yeah.
But because of the uproar that happened with Netflix for it, they've reopened the case and went,
like,
there's too many.
Get away with shit anymore.
It's too many inconsistencies with the story. I even was like, hold on, but like if he's been gone missing for like a month, why the fuck is his body not just that's like things like that, and then people are like, he's like, he's been kept in the freezer probably, and there's nothing right, and you're like, yeah, what happened next? And it's like, there is nothing next, guys. We don't know what the fuck, and you're like, you feel deflated. I'm like, man, that's fucking depressing. But hopefully, it does it brings up the conversations, and it's interesting again jumping straight onto the internet and finding what other people think. Like,
that's pretty cool.
What could happen.
I hate mysteries because I always want to know what happens.
Exactly.
I fucking suck at watching stuff because before the film even gets to the end, I want to Google the end. Yeah, because I'm like, I need to know.
Yeah, especially these ones, they leave them all like they're unsolved. There's nothing that's solved.
You blue balls.
Yeah, exactly. They just want to keep you on that. Maybe season 2. Maybe season 2. And you're like, oh, give it.
Right. I actually have got a funny story to tell about. I've been watching Luther with Sinead, right? And she doesn't listen to this, so she'll never know I told her.
Here we go, boys. You got this Hugh exclusive.
Have you ever watched Luther, the Idris Elba show? There's a lot of scary murderers in it that they do it for the psychological reason that you think you're safe in your home.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people hiding in your house.
Yeah.
Me and Sinead were watching the first 2 seasons, right? And there's a lot of that stuff. There was a guy that was under someone's bed who came out like a snake.
Yeah.
and murdered this woman in her bed by herself. And then someone was in someone's loft pretending to be a cat. And then it was a murderer and stuff. And Sinead was watching these. She likes watching these.
Yeah.
And but I went on night shift. And she was so scared. I was like, I'm on night shift this week, and she's like, no, you can't. You can't. You can't go on night shift. And see, before I had to go to work, I had to search the house. There's no one under the bed. There's no one in the hall cupboard. Oh my god, there's no one. I'm kidding. It was so cute because when I'd leave to go to work, she'd make me lock the door, and then she wouldn't open it to this.
No opportunity.
But she had to stop watching scary things because it was really affecting the way she was sleeping. Because if I wasn't there, she felt like she was by herself and vulnerable. And I was like, I'm going to get murdered too, right? I can't protect you.
I'm not going to do it.
I'm going to throw you in front of me.
I'm slow. I'm not getting away.
I mean, you never really hear about that thing happening here, but it definitely does happen. Because I remember reading a story, and it was I can't remember if it was a guy or a woman, but he walked home, and it was like on his desk, and he'd left change, just a bit of money, and then he came back one day, and it was like stacked neatly, and he was like, I didn't do that. Why would I do that? And he ended up setting up a camera, and there was like a woman living in his loft for like years. There was a homeless person. She was like, wasn't harming or anything like that. She just wanted somewhere to live. But
was she watching him at all those?
Probably,
yeah.
It's fucking. She would have been obviously waiting for him to go to sleep, and then she would get up, go to the fridge, eat some stuff. You know what I mean? And then he's after he kind of figured it out, he said like, "Oh, I do remember things going missing, but I just thought I forgot having them."
See, in my house, there's no one living in my house that I don't know of. I've not got enough space for that shit.
How do you know if you don't know?
Like, I've checked my shit.
You did an investigation of the house.
Yeah, that is scary though. So you've got, like, that's the thing about having a giant house though. Like, sometimes I feel like, I haven't been in that room in the last couple of weeks. Like I wonder what's in there now.
Open up as a bear.
Hey, don't scare me.
Listen back to the podcast, you bear, you got fucked.
I do quite enjoy like reading stories like that though, and freaking myself out and getting a wee bit scared. It's like playing a scary game, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just feel like it.
Get that buzz.
But it's quite easy to get yourself into that mindset, and then you hear like a wee noise and you're like, this is it, I'm gonna die.
There's another story about Sinead being scared, right? We saw Paranormal Activity 3, I think it was, right? And like, I know they're not that scary, but they're psychologically scary. They might like trick you into thinking things are there.
Yeah.
So Sinead was very scared of these films, and it was when we first kind of got together, and we were like in her house and we were sleeping, and her mum was out a night out, and her mum went to come in the room like at night, and like Sinead absolutely fucking shit herself. And like she was just slapping me to wake me up. Like, I was like, what the fuck? Like, if there's a ghost, I'm not gonna fight the ghost.
Just imagine it.
I was like, if it's gonna kill you, I can go to sleep. Like, I was like, she had to stop watching. Like that's why she can't really watch. She loves watching murder shows, but she can't now because like it's actually like nightmares.
Yeah, it's interesting what it does to your brain though. It's generally like
makes the paranoid bit come out, and like you start looking, you're like, oh shit, I'm actually here by myself.
It's because it's so familiar when they do it, and because it's so well shot nowadays, and it's so real for it, and it's a coincidence, and you hear all this, it's like, oh, that you could be on that Unsolved Mysteries because people may have watched how they've done this and just done it the same way.
Luther's really good for that as well because it's actually like psychos all the time. It's proper psychos that do it, and like
they've got no reason to do it, so that's what makes it unpredictable.
Unpredictable, uncontrollable. So like you can't rationalise it.
Yeah.
So it freaks you even more.
Yeah.
Like it's so funny, man.
Stuff like that messes with the human psyche, and that's really interesting.
So Unsolved Mysteries was good.
Honestly, man, like if you get some time. Yeah, just watch it. It's quite short as well.
Speaking of that kind of thing, Angie does a podcast, doesn't she, about like...
Yeah. Do not shout out another podcast. We need to get a contract signed. We need to do reciprocation, Hamish. Reciprocation.
Help me to help you.
What's our podcast?
She actually listens to us. I mean, I guess that's thanks enough. She listens to our podcast.
She guest stars on a podcast called Weirder Things, and it's actually spelled Hings. Hings. Hings.
Things, by the way, if you're not Scottish, is how we say things.
Yeah. It's very good. It does like this paranormal and spooky stuff. She doesn't believe any of it, but she's always interested in it. Yeah. Which is like, you break it down logically, and it's like, okay, but you can put that down to coincidences, and but it's nice to believe. You want to be the Mulder to the Scully. Or you just want to believe.
Don't remind me of that shit film.
Shit film?
X-Files, I Want to Believe, I think it was called.
Is that the one with Billy Connolly?
Yeah. I saw that in the cinema.
Why?
Because we were going... was I even with Sinead at the time? I must have been. It was out like 2011.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
And we went to cinema all the time, as we do. Yeah. And I was like, X-Files, heard nothing about it, and I was like, oh, I want to see that, it's cool sci-fi. And it was so fucking bad. I don't even know what happened in it to this day. Billy Connolly was just a pedo in it for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
And strange. Was it just like a long episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't have a proper premise. It was so weird. Fucking bad.
Weird.
And this was maybe the big X-Files comeback, and it was just surely you could have wrote something better than that.
Yeah, they did have some good episodes. A couple of years ago, I went back and watched the first couple of seasons of it, and some of the episodes were really well done.
Kev was up when he was watching some of it because it's on Amazon Prime. Like you can watch all the series on that.
What's it like now how we're living in the golden age of television? What is like 90s television like now? I know it's all self-contained, but what's it, the overarching stories and stuff like? They obviously don't have good budgets. The only X-Files episode I remember was about vampires, and then I found out in that episode that vampires have to pick up seeds. If you drop a bag of seeds,
they need to count things. So that's like an actual, it's an actual thing that like vampires are made.
It's a legend.
Is that why you closed the blinds? Because vampires aren't real.
He closed the wrong one. Like
she got a tan, leave her alone.
It's because the sun's moving, Hugh. It does that.
Wait, it does?
Well, we do, but
cell phone.
But that is apparently like a thing.
It's the
only
only
like drop like seeds so if they're chasing you. Because they need to stop and count them.
I've never seen that in Blade.
Kev was watching the episode that was a couple of soldiers that like died of mysterious deaths, but then suddenly came back to life, and it was like they had like detention centres of like asylum seekers that were in, and it was like controlled by the army, and you're like, oh, this is quite modern, and this was done in the 90s, and you see them all just in the cages, and you know, like the army guys walk by and they're like, oh, I'm going to protect my men, and it's all like, you know, and then they're all seeing these curses, and the guy's like, you would never stop us, because, you know, if we don't get home or get where we're supposed to do, we'll basically kill everyone. And it's like, it's interesting, like, because you could still do that nowadays.
Yeah, the story still actually resonates
with, like, you know, like people, you know, don't treat people like shit, and
they won't curse you.
They won't. Well, it's not even they won't curse you. It's just that you brought this on yourself. So you know, if you're just doing it, So it's like it's ruined, and then they're trying to solve it, and obviously Mulder's just be like, I want to believe that this is real, and Scully's like, shut the fuck up, Mulder. We don't want to do that, but I want to believe Scully's.
Do you know what reminds me of my favourite tweet? Is well, isn't it the consequences of my actions? like, but people are like, oh no, why is this happening to me? I only did this to fuck over these other people.
Whoops. I honestly thought you were going to say your favourite tweet was well, and it was a picture of 3 wells.
No. My favourite tweet right now is the one about candles by Drill. Drill is my favourite tweeter. I've been putting them in the chat. I'm trying not to like overwhelm you with all these hilarity, but like,
what was the candle one again?
It was like his budget is like his rent's a certain amount, it's like 10, his food's 20, and he's like candles 3,000. He's like, try to figure this out. Like, if anyone's good with like budgeting, let me know. And someone's like, stop buying candles. Like, no.
Stop buying.
And like a lot of them are like politically based because it's like
the times
I think it's based not on like American fucking military budget or whatever. Like
but it's still fun to look at and laugh at.
It's just hilarious because the people take him seriously. He's been on Twitter for like 12 years, like, and I think I found him super late because like all his hilarious stuff was like 2014, 2015.
Yeah, the prime of him.
He's just like a Jack Nicholson picture, like it's all faded. Like Twitter veterans will be laughing and they're going, "You didn't know about drill?" Like,
what, you get on it, noob, and you're like, "Oh, I've not heard noob in 6 years." Oh. Fucking millennials.
Sometimes I need Twitter to be funny because the other times Twitter just fucking depresses me, man.
Yeah, like,
that's because you just go on and argue with people.
No, it's not even that. It's just that, like, if you give people a forum, they will just argue.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even like anyone's there to get their mind changed. They just want to shout at someone.
Yeah, that's why when I'm on Twitter, if you go onto my Twitter page at Tom the Great, you'll see quite a lot of like funny memes.
Plugging them.
You kind of plug your own Twitter.
No, not even everyone.
No, it's that, you know. I think, do you know what? I even don't think that's my right hand. I think I've changed it. You patched it all.
Maybe shared that.
But like my Twitter feed is just filled with like retweets of like goofy shit.
Yeah,
because anytime that you go on, even people that I follow, I'm like, oh, they're generally quite good. It's been all quite, you know, they'll try to take down all these people that are being mean or being. I'm like, why are you giving fuel to these people and you're not really getting that clout that you're looking for? You're just like making me go. Yeah, there's a doggy picture. I'm trying to catch that ball. That ball's too far away from you, dog. Then just like, you know.
I love I retweet loads of like fucking bad takes. Just bad takes.
Bad takes.
Just bad takes, man. Like, I love immortalising someone's like drunken bad take. Like, I'm gonna retweet this.
That's very
I
true.
love it. Like, I don't share my views on Twitter because no one gives a fuck.
Nah,
But,
no one really wants to.
I'm just there to wind someone up in the fewest possible characters.
Yeah.
It's because like, someone will say something brilliant and Hugh will just put in one letter. Why?
I generally don't tweet unless I'm absolutely steaming at like 5 in the morning. I'll tweet
And it's usually absolute celebrities, isn't it?
It's usually fucking Twitch girls, man.
Never messaged a Twitch girl. I don't think.
Mate, you would if you saw them. You'd be simping so hard. By the way, simping is a new word that the Gen Z have made up. So when you like simp over women.
Do you know basically what happened with Will Smith? He's a simp now.
See, I remember hearing about that like years ago.
Yeah, I thought they were banging everyone anyway.
They all,
Are we like a current events podcast now?
I don't know, man. It's just, I'm just loving the Will Smith memes that I've been seeing.
Mate, it's the pain one, like, and do you know what? I don't know if I feel that bad for him because of the rumours of him sleeping with all his co-stars like Charlize Theron and Margot Robbie. Like, how can you feel sorry for someone?
No, see if I ever meet Will Smith, I'm like,
yeah, buddy.
yeah.
I like when you're like, hell yeah.
I mean, they were in I've seen the memes and stuff like that, but I don't really understand it. Is it basically like...
She admitted to sleeping with
August.
I think he's...
But I thought they were in an open relationship, so...
I don't know if they were, though.
No.
That's the thing, like, there's a lot of rumours.
It was separated. They had that podcast
So
and
I
they talked about it, and he was like, no, it was separated, and she says there was a... What's that famous word?
Entanglement.
And he's like, no, it was a relationship. He's like, no, it wasn't that. He's like, just... And he had to basically... If you've watched it, he's basically pulling out of us like, it was a relationship.
Do you see what 50 Cent?
No.
50 Cent sent him a fucking message. And he was like, hey man, I hope you're doing alright. And he's like, oh, thanks, Penny. And then he says like, I don't know if you could put this in, but he's like, I heard that she's letting guys break her back now or something. He's like, man, fuck you, 50. And he's like, man, what did I say?
You know what he said.
So, Hamish, what have you been up to, man?
Nothing exciting. I got a new phone.
Ooh.
I was sitting really hungover the other day in my bed, and I was just like, I want to feel better. I know, I'll spend money. That always makes me feel better, so I bought a phone.
What did you go for?
It's an iPhone X, because
Nice.
I had a 6S, but I like iPhones. Hugh, he was going to buy in here, and I was like, oh, iPhones are shitty.
No, you said it for
Look
me.
his face, look his face.
You said it for me. Tom, you're a phone
Yes.
expert.
Yes.
That's your title. Isn't it?
But yeah, when you look in the name badge that I have, it says my name and then it's phone expert guy.
Pretty shite at iPhones.
I'm not a big fan of them myself personally. The only reason
That's a
I'm
political
He's being
answer.
diplomatic.
I know.
the only reason is like I can say like the latest ones, the 11 Pros and the 11s, that they're actually not so bad. But then that's because they're becoming more like Android phones. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why. I mean, it's up to, it's like, you know, beggars can't be choosers, or, you know, if you're happy with, you know, having everything at your fingertips that works with everything with your MacBook and everything else is Apple, you want to keep everything the same,
Yeah, if you're
You
in
can do
that,
that.
if you're in that ecosystem already.
yeah, it's very hard to break from that, and especially, you know,
Mate, I've known a lot of people in the last couple of years go from Apple to Android just because, see, when they use an Android, they're like, oh man, there's so much extra shit on this that
Yeah.
you can do. And maybe it's not as clean
Yeah.
as a Apple phone.
sleek is a nice word to use for it.
Yeah, but like even then, like I've got a phone for 2018.
iPhones are a bit more
Yes.
user friendly.
Like, you see
Yeah.
that though, but like it depends on what type of Android you've got.
Yeah.
It
Like,
also depends on the person. I think
Yeah.
like we sell quite a lot of the phones of the Apple variety to older customers or young girls. It seems to be.
Hamish, what you in there?
No. It's because like Apple is quite trendy. It's always has been trendy.
Yes.
And anyone that's in like celebrity magazines that they're always using Apple phones, and a lot of like the younger generation do still go with what's trendy. They won't go with what makes more sense or what's more, you know, what's more adaptable or what will be future proof. They're going, they've got that phone, I want that phone.
Yeah, my wee sister's like that. She's in the Apple ecosystem just because it's a brand.
Feel both your sisters are like that, man.
Oh, fuck. Like honestly, like they don't use computers and stuff like that to their full extent because they don't play games. They They don't edit videos. They don't do anything crazy. But my wee sister wanted a MacBook Pro because
It basically just turns into like a Facebook machine.
A Sims machine, mate. That's what she plays on. I'm like, I can play Sims on your fucking phone.
I can remember like when you told me the spec that it was of it. I'm like, I could have used that for like Pro Tools, run that, and you could. Excuse me. Yeah, you can run that, and you can edit on QuickTime Plus, do all this at the same time. With your, and
it's a word processor, YouTube,
Netflix
Sims machine, and like you have no idea. Like sometimes, like I think one of my sisters broke because they were watching Netflix in bed and had like a blanket wrapped around it, so like there was no air getting in or out, and I was like,
it's not fair. He's like,
you idiots!
For me, the iPhone, it's just because I've had iPhones for ages, so it's just to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sick of like having this fake argument. Every time you get an iPhone, I have to pretend that I care.
But I like the X has a really nice design. The only issue I have with it is the notch, but I just not like that.
I think we are old now because I had the opportunity to upgrade this year, and
you didn't,
I did. I came here and I was talking about getting the S20 Plus, and I was like looking at it, and I was like, it does nothing that I need. Like, there's nothing on it that like my phone can't do.
Yeah,
like
exactly. I was the same. It was really just the better camera I got.
Yeah. And I've got the P20 Pro, and I've not seen a camera as good as that. I've got pictures from Japan that look fucking artistic, for no reason.
But I mean, you see the ones that I've got from like, my S10, the previous generation, they look great.
There's diminishing returns nowadays. Like I've seen digital photos from our phones back in 2010, where it's just like a massive pixels and like.
Is that what you said?
Can't really make out what's going on in the background, but like, yeah, it's definitely me. Like, there's no colour in the photo; it's all pale and shit. Diminishing returns. I'm a big tech fan as well, but like, new phones are. Just don't do it for me anymore.
How are you finding it without the button? But
it's weird getting used to. And I've still got my old phone because I forgot. Like I just bought a refurbished one, so it wasn't like
it wasn't brand new. No.
But it didn't come with you don't have a fucking earphone thing. So
that is the most annoying thing.
Lightning cable.
I've got like Bluetooth headphones coming.
So do you know what's annoying about that? You can't like. I use Bluetooth headphones, then they run out of charge, and you put them back in a recharging case, and you're like,
what am I going to do now?
I can't fucking listen to music now. And then when you want to listen to music, because I've got the adapter as well, on like normal headphones, but you want to charge a phone, you can't do both.
You can get a splitter for it, but then that's like, again, what's the point?
It's a big hassle.
And then I've got the Huawei one for my P20 Pro. And then I've got my Samsung Galaxy Tab 6, my tablet. The adapter doesn't work on both. Like you have to buy a different digital adapter for the Samsung. Man,
it's so frustrating.
Fuck pick that is, man. I miss my Super Nintendo. That's not I'm getting old.
It's taking some getting used to, but it's working.
What do you think of the gestures, like moving between it, like for that as well? Because
I think it's easy enough. Like it's kind of annoying because you used to just double tap the button and then you could switch between what you were doing and how you need to slide up. But if you slide up
too much,
then it'll like close it, or you need to slide up like more. And it's just I'll get used to it. You know what I mean?
Is it a touch button? Like
no, it's just a screen.
Alright, you don't have any button?
No, there's no button on the edges.
It's so that they can make the screen a bit longer. You know what I mean? But
it's because more people went onto media for it. They all wanted to use, like, that was a big push when the X launched. Like, this is going to be everyone's going to use this for Netflix and YouTube.
There is no imagination in tech design these days, except the PS5. like, phones nowadays are the one design, like, TVs are the one design. Mostly because like there's no need to have the extra shit. But like, remember back in the day? Remember I had a phone that had cases that I could buy for that shit. I told everyone I was a Manchester United fan. You know,
wait, you're a Manchester United fan?
I paid £6 for Lose Yourself, Eminem, as my polyphonic ringtone. I don't even change my ringtone now. Do you change your ringtone?
I don't even use a ringtone. I'm always on vibrate.
Yeah, I'm always on silent.
Well, you're not. The amount of times we heard your phone go off in this fucking podcast, that's lies.
It's on silent. Like, I think my phone's already off. It just vibrates. It goes
Nah, you leave it on the fucking.
Ba-ding! It's like ba-ding, ba-ding. You just look at it. It's like.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway.
Hey. Moving on. But like,
like phones though, like before they had screens, it was all about getting it smaller. And it was look how small we can make these phones, and then everyone started watching stuff like porn and Netflix. And phones. It's like, we need to make it bigger. We need bigger screens.
It's the porn, isn't it? It's not porn. Do you know what we sound like? We sound like fucking Joe Pesci and Danny Glover and Lethal Weapon. Like, I think it's like a third of the fourth one. Like, these fucking phones, man! They keep making them so much smaller so you lose them. Like, we are so old. Like, we're not even that old, but it's just like a moaning.
So I got a case for it and it came with a screen protector. But I was looking at the instructions. Obviously, the screen protector is a pretty simple thing to put on. But there was like a wet wipe thing with it to clean your phone, and then a different cloth to dry it, and then you put the thing on, and then there was like wee stickers for getting dust off. It was this like 6-step process, and I was like, this is more organised than my entire life.
That's a vein in my life, man. That's what I usually do in the shop.
I pay a guy to do it. I can't order that stress.
We do it for free in the shop, man.
Like, can you change my one?
I could do it for my top. That's a nice picture, Sinead.
That's a nice picture of Sinead before. She made me put her. I looked at her one day, I was like, I need something good for my screensaver.
And then Iron Man just right back to
I put on, like years ago, I put on Wayne Rooney, and she was like, get it off.
Wayne Rooney, man.
You're like, I wee Shrek alone.
That man scored 253 goals, Hamish. It reminds me of Dave Chappelle. Hey, that murderer ran for 11,000 yards.
See, speaking of like terrifying moments like that with phones, one of the boys sold one of the new S20s to a customer.
Yeah.
And it was to like his daughter, who was so excited to get it. That sort of like, oh my god, I'm finally getting this new phone. I've been sitting with this piece of crap for ages. And we're like, I said, here comes the $1 million question. Do you want insurance with it? No, I'm really good with my phone. So have you got a case for it?
See where this is going.
No, I've got a case coming. It says, alright, just be careful with it because these ones are quite slippy. Took out my case and I'm like, that is just got to watch. No problem. Our mum came in the next day saying,
this hurts.
Do they take out insurance for that? And I'm like, legally we're not allowed to say if it's not. It's like, if they didn't, how much would it be for a repair? I'm like, depends where they dropped it. It's like, everywhere. So it turns out supposedly she was out and she dropped and she hit the front of the cement, and then she was like, oh shit, went to pick it up and then dropped it right on the
Oh man.
Mate, like,
the fucking
slipping?
Yeah. But if she was so scared because she didn't want to look at the screen that she shook and it dropped again. And it was like, I'm like, it's about 400 quid to get it all completely repaired. And she was like, less than a day. It's like, she doesn't have a heart to tell her dad. And I'm like, here, I gave her a number to like a repair shop that would do it for her like locally, but I was like, Samsung will do it for this much. And he was like, it's good, it's just I don't want to come to him and go like, she's broke your phone. I said, I want to come with like, we broke the phone but we can get it repaired for that, to ease it off. And when she walked away, I was like, fuck man, she should have taken it. I even said like,
I've got insurance on my phone even though it's only worth a couple of £100 now, because even that couple of £100 I can't afford to just pay on a phone. And me with phones, I used to be terrible with them. I'd drop them or lose them or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But I've had insurance with this one and I've kept it for like 2.5 years.
Yeah, you've done really well, yeah.
And it's got no marks on it. I keep it in this perfect case and screen protector and shit like that.
You and Jason were pretty bad for them. Like, because Jason was really bad for phones. I can remember him always cracking phones.
Yeah, I was just bad at dropping it without a cover on it.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, it's done. He was the best though. How many contracts did he have out?
He's nearly finished.
He's nearly finished. Like, I remember he got his S8.
And he fucked it up.
He dropped it like the first
He bought it from me like when the shop had just opened up, and he's like, I'm like, mate, I think you should take insurance because I'm getting you this discount. No, I'll be fine. I'm like, and it was like, I think it was a couple of months later, and he was like, "I fucked it, man."
Do you know? I once, this is gonna incriminate me, but like I once claimed the insurance on a phone that I broke intentionally. Do you remember the Nokia N95?
I do actually.
It was like a slide phone, and it slid the other way as well. It slid down the way, and
so you could use buttons at the top to like skip music and stuff.
Yeah, it was like play, pause, skip, and stuff. Right, and it came out originally, and it was like a 512 megabyte silver.
Yeah,
you could put an SD card in it, but SD cards were like £1 at the time.
No one has that kind of money.
But it was so advanced. Like I watched Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz like from 2006 on it. That's like how long ago.
Cutting edge, mate.
I know it was cutting edge at the time. And then they brought out the N95 8GB, and it was black. It was sleeker. Like it was just better looking, and it had 8 gig. And an 8 gig was
massive back then.
Man, I could put on how many albums? Like, I don't know, like, what was it Apple used to say? It was like 20 albums or some shit like that.
Mm.
I poured a bottle of water over it. Took it into the Vodafone shop, went, you know, my phone's wet, I need a new one.
Is that one that you asked about it first? And the guy was kind of like hinting to you, like, I mean, we would cover water damage if it got wet.
It might have been that.
And he was kind of basically saying to you, like, go and dunk it in some water.
Well, I think it might have been I cracked maybe the screen, and he's like, we don't cover the screen, but like if it was water damage,
if it was
like
a whole phone, like
maybe a call this out if it fucks us up and gets us in court here, but like
that's nothing. I'm not an accomplice to this. I just know the story.
You were the one that told me to do it.
See, people are totally gonna believe that.
I know, but like I don't do that shit anymore. But see, when you were younger, and you were just like, I want a new phone.
But see, the thing is though, they definitely get that with insurance nowadays. Like the high timetails of that is definitely over.
Yeah, like because phones are so expensive, there's so many more hoops to jump through. Do you know the best phone I think I ever had?
Go ahead.
Have you ever seen The Dark Knight?
Yes.
You know the phone that he has in it, the Nokia. It's like it looks like an old touchscreen, like, and he puts it in like a drawer and it takes like an image.
Oh yeah.
That was like the Nokia N11 Music. And like it came with a stylus and stuff like that, but the stylus only worked on one button. Like there was a wee button at the top, and it was a fucking badass phone. It was Batman's phone.
Yeah.
I remember having the Matrix one.
Yeah,
that too, yeah.
Button on the back and it would slide down. That was so fucking.
It even made the noise as well.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I had a different one. It was an N50 or something like that, and it had like a wee scroll. Scroll wheel.
Yeah.
And you could play tennis.
Yeah.
Remember the days when these phones were simpler, and all you did use it just to text rather than just send notes.
Hey mate, if you I'm trying to get some pixelated boobies in that shit, man. Some fucking pixelated titties in my fucking phone.
Our text messages used to like they'd have a character limit, so you'd send a big long text and it'd be like sending 3 texts. You know, like, oh, I don't know if I've got the money for that.
I got to top up my phone, my 1-to-1 phone.
I was on Twitter last week and one of our friends thought that he's not topped his phone up in like 8 months, and I was like, have you still got a pay as you go? You're a loser. Like I was being classist there. I was like,
oh, pay as you go. Yeah, I guess.
You know, I would get a pay as you go now. Like, but the pay monthly deals are good because I got one of them. Yeah. But it's just weird for someone to have a pay as you go phone now.
Yeah,
it's not really a common thing these days, isn't it?
They're generally people that just don't want to be paper. They don't want a paper trail or anything like that, or they don't have a bank account, or their credit's so bad that they need to take out a pay as you go. That's like one of my favourite ones for it.
Been there.
It's like because they're like, oh, they'll think I'll pass my code. Take it out. See what you do. A couple of months' time, you genuinely go, hi. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what you can do with just a little.
Do you remember? Like I had some credit issues, and they were just like, right, give us £100.
Yeah.
Deposit, and we'll give you it back in 3 months. And you're like,
there it was.
Like that doesn't mean I'm going to pay this bill.
See, since you've done that, like your credit score's probably jumped up.
Yeah.
They take that into account. It's like, okay, they managed to fork up this much, and they give you that much more trust.
Yeah. It's just weird.
Just like putting things on your credit card, like wee small things, and then just paying it off regularly.
Like Dragon Ball Z Adidas trainers.
That's your new crack addiction.
Like, I know you can't see this podcast, Patchlands.
Oh, there you go.
Patchlands. I have bought several pairs of the Dragon Ball Z Adidas original trainers. I'm currently wearing the Cell ones.
Yeah, I like the ones.
Yeah, purple and green. The Majin Buu ones are my favourite. Like,
nice.
They're really cool. Like
salmon
pink suede. Hamish is giving me fucking dirty look.
I was literally just like pages I was lying down sleeping, and I was like, I could just lie down as well while he's talking about.
They're so cool. Like I think people thought they were going to be like limited, and they could buy them up and then sell them off, but like no, they weren't. So there are loads of them on eBay for like good prices.
Yeah, I might grab a couple there.
Yeah, mate, they're so comfortable because they're just Adidas designs with Dragon Ball colours on them. Like the Cell ones are purple and green. So the Buu ones are a certain type of trainer that I want to get without them being Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
I'd quite like to wear them daily.
Yeah.
But they're pretty cool, man. Anime trainers.
What do you mean daily? Like you can't wear them daily?
I do not want to wear these daily. I don't want to wear them down around the soles and stuff
You
like
want
that.
to keep them good, kind of.
Yeah, so I quite like the ones to wear daily to work and stuff.
Yeah.
So these ones I'm going to keep for when I go to my conventions and stuff like that.
So people go, check this out.
So I meet the other weebs.
Yeah. Stand out in the
Weeb alert!
Like, I was like, Sinead, like, I just need like 4 pairs, and she's like, good for you.
So she's going to have a book titled So I Married a Weeb.
I tried to get her to watch Attack on Titan,
Oh man, that stuff.
and like, because it looks so hyped the next season 4. Like, Hamish, you best go to sleep, mate.
Do you know what? I think I also thought you would.
Mate, you
like
would like anime, because he's a fucking, he likes like anime films like John Wick and shit like that. He fucking loves
Look,
that
Attack
shit.
on-
Yeah, but you need to understand, mate, I'm stubborn, and because I've said it publicly that I don't like it, I'm never going to watch them.
I would say you'd probably like Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan is wild, man.
It's
Still
basically
like the big giant skin guy, like
Titans.
the guy with no skin. And
yeah.
Yeah, aye.
When we were in Japan, me and Rory went on that Attack on Titan
I wish I
ride.
did that.
It was pretty intense because it's like they hooked us up to like a roller coaster machine, and because they were using like their grappling hooks to pull, and like wind hit your face, so you're looking down at that. And it was,
I wish I did that.
and it was in English as well, which was really cool. Like they had like the original dubbed actors do the lines over it, and that was and then seeing these Titans come over and
It was Aqua City, wasn't it?
yeah, it was like a raid.
Adagua.
Yeah, it was like a raid for it.
So cool, that place. And I wanted to go out, but Sinead didn't want to do it.
Right, I understand. But
Anyway,
Hamish, we could just sidetracked again from your we just.
What were you talking about?
We were talking about his phone.
Yeah,
Next week.
I saw
What else have you got to
iPhone X.
yeah, I got a new phone. That was the moral of the story.
What is the major upgrade? Have you noticed anything from the 7 to the X? Do you have a 7?
It was a 6 I got, yeah.
So.
Because I had a 6 and then I dropped it in the toilet.
Wait. Were you drunk?
No, I'd had half a beer and it was on Christmas Eve and I was around with my brothers.
Did you piss in this toilet before you got your phone?
Were you trying to get insurance money?
I was peeing in it at the same time.
Oh, ham.
And I was just the fastest I've ever moved. Like, as soon as I hit the water, I was like, I grabbed it out and then I was like, oh no, wait a minute. But I mean, what were my options here?
No, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just leave it.
Yeah, so
Flush.
I take the piss, mate.
Yeah.
That look.
I obviously had to get a new phone after that, but that was like going back to what you were saying. When you look at it and you're like, that does everything I needed to do. So I just got this XS because it was just the same basic thing.
Cheap as well, probably.
Yeah. Which I kept fine. Again, had a case on that and there's a screen protector up until about maybe about 3 weeks ago or something like that. I had like a 2-day bender around at Sinead and Raymond's, and
After like what for the sort of like release it.
usually once you're allowed to see people again. And I remember like I came home and then I sat down on on my bed or something like that, so it was on pure low, and I put my phone down and it fell, and I looked at the screen and at the bottom of the screen is cracked. Like, but it still works and it's still stuck together because of the screen protector. But I just remember thinking like, I went 2 days being absolutely shit-faced, and it's when I came home that I fucked my phone.
You know the lesson
The
is
screen
never go
protector is
home.
cracked.
Nah, it's a screen under it with the screen protector like stuck on it, so it's holding.
That's
together.
weird.
Yeah.
Like,
That must have been a
Sinead-
specific like bump on it that it's just hit just
Aye,
at
it's
the right
so
angle.
unlucky, man.
Yeah.
Sinead dropped her phone and she's got an S10 or S9, whatever she's got. She dropped it and she's like, oh, I've cracked my screen. But once we peeled the screen protector off, it was just the screen protector was cracked.
Alright, I'll have a look at it, but I don't need the phone anyway.
We didn't have a backup, but
Yeah.
You probably sell it for a couple £100 though. Like, people love iPhones.
Yeah.
Like,
it holds the value.
idiots love iPhones, eh?
I'm just going to give it to my mate. He's been my phone, so I'm just going to give it to him.
Will you give it Hugh? He's a big idiot.
Oh, you're lucky I'm in my house and this is Discord. I have to keep up my reputation because if I let Dom away with that, like the people that listen to the podcast will think I'm weak. So I have to make.
No, they're thinking of weep, not weep.
Fucking-
This has been a pure weedy.
Mate, I've been weaving up lately, man.
So what else have you got up to in Hamish apart from new phone gifts and stuff? Phone gifts up to get your phone.
Say?
What does that mean? It's going to be like me talking, but I'll just bleep over all the bad stuff. Right?
So beep, beep.
Redacted. Please do that. Please put that
Played Shantae, the new Shantae game. I don't know if you guys played any of them.
I've played Shantae before.
Yeah.
Platformer games.
Yeah, they're just fun, easy to pick up platformers.
So
the humour in them is so cheesy, but it's really quite funny. Played through that. It took me like 8 hours or something like that, and I was looking at the achievements, and it was basically saying if complete it under 4 hours, and I was like 4 hours, and I was looking up other achievement guides and stuff like that, and people were like, oh, 4 hours, it's easy, and I was like, well, fuck you guys, it took me 8 hours to finish it, because there's a lot of fucking going back and forth, and it doesn't always tell you where you need to go, so yeah, going around talking to fucking everybody again and again. I'm sure I could do it if I wanted to, but I was like, fuck it.
Only if you really like it. I know Shantae games are really good, like they've got quality in them. You don't get a lot of good 2D platformers anymore. I did not peg you as a Shantae fan.
Why? Because it's Weeby?
No, because it's not really Weeby, it's just because it's a 2D platformer. I never thought you'd be a 2D platformer.
You like Celeste in that, didn't you?
Celeste was excellent.
Yeah. Oh, I was also playing like the original DuckTales.
How good is that game?
Back in 1980, but it's fucking difficult. Like,
it's only about an hour long though, like so if you get good at it, you can complete it.
No, like the first couple of levels, see the second level, there's like a haunted mansion that you go to, and there's one of the ways you can go, and you jump into a wee mine cart, and then it goes along, and you need to jump out of it, like, or you fall down, and you can save it and load it, and you can rewind, but I was trying not to rewind.
Yeah.
But honest to God, see jumping out of this fucking mine cart. It took me like at least 20 tries, like, because
do you have to pixel perfect?
Basically, but I was also like holding in the direction I needed to jump, and it was like stopping me from jumping out, so you had to like jump backwards and then go forwards, and there was like 3 in a row. Mine carts, and I was saving it at the first one, and then I would do the first one, and I'd be like, well, I'll save it, and I'm like, no, I've got it down. Believe in yourself, Hamish. And then I would go in the second one, like, no problem, easy. Third one falling, and I was like, fucking goddamn it.
DuckTales.
Do you know what? We need to clip that and like clips or something where you're like playing it and like you fail the third one and go, DuckTales. You're just sad.
It was fun. I'm going to play Chip and Dale next.
Nice.
I remember
Chip and Dale. Did you get the Disney Daytime Collection?
Afternoon Collection or whatever it's called.
I've got that, it's really fun, good.
Nice.
It was like £3 or something like that, so I was like, I was looking at them and I was like, that's quite a coolly chilled out, relaxing platform, and then I fucking played it and I was like,
I've got the original Chip and Dale game in the box. Like, I bought it for Sinead years ago. Because she loves Disney shit. But
it's one of the first games I remember playing back in the days.
Puzzle game, innit? Who's puzzle game?
Puzzle game.
Puzzle game, mate. Puzzle.
You guys remember The Mask? I watched that the other day.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love Mask, man.
It's awesome.
It is not aged that great.
Cameron Diaz, though.
Yeah, her first
Cameron Diaz.
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah. That was her first movie, though.
That was her, introducing Cameron Diaz, first ever movie.
She was excellent. She was brilliant in that. Jim Carrey was also really good in that, man.
Yeah. He's always good, man. Even though I think he's a bit mental now, but I've always loved his comedy and stuff like that.
See, when you watched it, did you think, like, that film, the way it was made, with the way it looks, is just that time period? It's like 96, 97.
It's one of those movies that if you watched it, you would be able to tell. If you'd never seen it before, you could be able to tell, oh, this was released in like mid-90s.
Yeah, it's just
got that aesthetic, you know what I mean?
It's like so mid-90s, it's like kind of like Ace Ventura, that way, like Jim Carrey films, I know, but like, yeah, like that film is a mid-90s film. The humour, the cast, the set, the fucking everything.
All the clothes that they wear as well. Like, I was looking at some of the clothes they wear and I was like, you just would not see that anymore.
How good was the bit where they shot him? And he came over and it was like the Oscars, he was making noises and he's like just doing all the speeches and like the guys that shot him are like looking around. It was like a cartoon film.
And then like he picks up the Oscar and then the audience start clapping. It's like, you like me!
And then the bad guys there and he's like looking and he's like fixing his hair and stuff like that. Like, it's so meta.
Very, very fourth wall breaking.
Yeah. But I'm assuming you guys may know that it was a comic book.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a comic book.
It was
a horror film, wasn't it? They were going to make it a horror film.
They were originally going to make it, I think, more like the comics, and then Jim Carrey signed up, and they were like, alright, well, we'll make it more his style of comedy.
I think that was a good shoot, but
yeah, it definitely worked.
It worked at that time, because like
comic book movies weren't really a big fine.
Spawn came out around that time as well, and we'll skip by that.
And my favourite, Steel. Remember Steel?
Steel? I don't remember that one.
Steel was
Shaq O'Neal.
mate. Steel was like, see the character that he plays was a guy that took over Superman. Henry Steel. Have you ever read that comic, The Death and Return of Superman?
I've watched it.
There's a character with a hammer and he's got like armour on.
Yeah.
That's Steel.
Right.
And like they make a film with Shaq and it's
I think this was after Shazam, like the greatest movie of all time.
like he's called Steel because he's meant to be covered in steel, but it looks like plastic.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's just awful. And Shaquille isn't that good.
He's not a great actor.
Shaquille, because he's my friend. Shaquille isn't that good.
It's funny though. He's really funny.
He's funny. He's funny, but yeah, the Mask was a pretty fun movie.
Did you like it? Like,
I mean, I loved it.
See if it came out now, do you think it would do well?
Probably not as well as it did.
Yeah.
But I would still enjoy it. I'd still like it. I still enjoyed watching it.
Yeah. Maybe he does some of the Riker bits. I guess police officers there.
Yeah, that bit makes me laugh every time I watch it because like they're just like they're so shocked and he's just like dancing away.
Yeah.
Like
That way it goes on for ages as well. And I was reading that they were apparently they were going to take it out because it's so long. And but like when they tested it with audiences, everybody loved it, so they ended up keeping it in.
I liked the bit when he was trying to run away and shout freeze and they froze in place. And then he's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "The freeze." His voice moving. I'm like,
I was watching that bit, right, and then he's obviously the cops is like, all right, unfreeze, and he unfreezes, and I was thinking, why are they not more shocked at this? Freezing in time, and
see when they're searching him and he's got like weapons like a bazooka.
I have a license for that.
He's got a Tommy gun. He's like a picture of Callahan's wife.
How did that get there?
It's like, you bastard.
Oh, that's funny. Man. See in the comic book though, Stanley Ipkiss, who like Jim Carrey plays, he's only in it for like 4 issues or something like that, and then it's Callahan that gets the mask after it.
Really?
Yeah. Because when Stanley Ipkiss is putting the mask on, he's going out and killing people, and then his girlfriend pieces it together, finds out it was him, and she ends up shooting him. And then
Spoilers.
It's like 20 years old. Remember the TV show? They did a TV show.
Yeah, I like that as well.
Cool. Yeah. And a video game. Was it the Mega Drive?
No, I had it for Nintendo. It wasn't.
And a cartoon.
James just said the cartoon.
With, no, sorry, I meant a cartoon with Ace Ventura's cartoon as well, where you got to meet like the other Jim Carrey.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, nice.
That's really bizarre. Sorry, I'm sure that.
The game wasn't that great.
No.
Like, it was a really bad platformer.
I just remember being in elevators and they're going sideways, and I'm like, that's not how elevators work.
Check when they used to make games for films, they never ever got a script, they never knew what the film was about, they just guessed.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh, here we go, that's it.
Guess the beats and go, I think it's going to be like this.
Like, what was that Michael Jackson one with the Moonwalker?
Yeah.
Like, that was just weird.
That didn't age well, did it? He was saving the kids.
Yeah. But then there was like a level, he's like fighting dogs and stuff like that, and then obviously you do the dance at the end of it, and then there's these dancing dogs, and it was just weird, man. Yeah. It was strange.
Then he turned into a car, and it was like, it was a really weird game.
I was going to bring up the Page Master. You remember that shit?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Because I remember getting...
Is it Macaulay Culkin?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I say got them, I think it was Blockbuster type, Global Video.
Global Video.
Rented The Mask, and then one week, the next week was Page Master. I never figured out that the film games were awful. Like, Page Master was a great film. It scared the shit out of me.
Right, guys, I think we've rambled on for quite a long time, so let's talk about some news. And the main one that I am obviously a fan of that Hugh will not like is Ubisoft Forward. I think you guys watched it.
After it aired, I did watch like the clips highlights for it. So
like, whoa, let me guess, right?
Oh, Hugh's hands are in
Far Cry was announced. 6.
Yeah.
Right? Some boring ass game.
How is it boring, mate? Giancarlo Esposito.
Yeah, just because he's in it doesn't make it good.
Is that not a Justin Bieber song?
Like, see when, I don't know if you watched the trailer, but he's like talking to his son in it. It's set in Cuba. But just his voice, man. Like, I could listen to him read the back of a shampoo bottle, and I would just be like, this is so captivating. He's just got such a good voice, man. I get high hopes for it, but it's just, and I'll be the first to admit it. It's just the same with every Far Cry game. It's like this cool antagonist, but it's really going to be the same kind of stuff. Like,
Watch Dogs Legion was announced. Like more footage was shown.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla footage we showed.
You're not getting like points for saying, "Oh, I guess they revealed the games."
No.
No, just not.
No footage of other games such as Beyond Good and Evil 2, no Rayman game, no Prince of Persia game.
Well, there's going to be another Ubisoft Forward later in the year for these things.
Are they on Twitter checking my moaning out and they're like, oh fuck, we better get a fucking Rayman game.
They're like, oh, we'll let Hugh down.
Yeah.
I also didn't like the fact that they had that wee announcement on Twitter before the event came on.
What was that?
They're just saying, like, we've not actually edited for it after the recent events with Ubisoft, so take these trailers with a pinch of salt, and you're like, guys, that's the bad way of not dealing with the issue at hand.
Yeah, they have a really bad problem in their ranks.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think the people who were interviewed and stuff, there was some of them which have now left the company because of the issues that they're facing.
Yep.
So
I'm not very...
Good one, Ubisoft.
Yeah. It's not very...
You could have fucking waited to show off Far Cry 6. It's not that no one knew it was going to happen.
I think they got leaked, was a week before as well?
It got leaked that Giancarlo Esposito was going to be in it, basically.
Right.
Well, ages ago he tweeted something about a project he was working on, and people on the internet are like, they figured it out. So it wasn't like confirmed, but people kind of knew, basically. And then before it, there was that picture of him released, and then these days you just think these leaks are planned. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get it.
Because it's for everything. Everything gets leaked. You know what I mean?
It's build hype, isn't it? Like, build some hype, pretty much.
I wanted to see a bit more Skull and Bones.
That got one, but I read about that. That's been scrapped. It's almost starting again.
There's not just an adding to it, like rather than just being a naval combat game, there's actually going to be like open world aspects to it now.
Well, I heard that they got rid of what they had. They're almost starting again because they looked at Sea of Thieves and thought, like, how can we make this more boring?
Just throw firebombs on your own ship. Is that how you would make it exciting?
Yeah, probably.
So we've also got to look forward to the Xbox Game Showcase, which is coming up.
Nice.
It should be good. I'm quite hyped for that myself.
Yeah.
You're an Xbox fanboy, aren't you?
I mean, I like. You always say this, but I like Sony too. You know what I mean? I just prefer the Xbox and Microsoft.
Nah, I was just like annoying you.
Yeah, you guys excited for it?
Yeah, I hope that.
Alright, I didn't ask you a life story.
I hope that they can bring out. I hope they can show us what these studios they bought are doing.
Yeah.
Like, they bought some really fucking good studios. Double Fine, Obsidian, Ninja. I know Ninja Theory's working on Senua's Sacrifice 2. Obsidian just finished Outer Worlds, so what are they working on? Yeah, I mean, like, let's see what they're working on then.
Do you think we'll see something from them?
They need to show us. They need to get us excited, don't they?
Yeah, you can just do a teaser or something.
Because PlayStation's always going to have the history, the hype. They always have the franchises that get people's nostalgia tweaking. So, like, they've got to bring something to the party. So,
what do you think that something is?
Halo!
Halo!
Hamish say Halo, funny.
Halo!
Is it me you're looking for?
Well, it's not Halo 6, boys, it's Halo Infinite.
Halo.
That's like a lot more than 6. That's
I know.
Yeah, I'm a bit. Hugh, what's your feelings on that?
I just hope, see if they see this as another fucking Destiny clone.
Hugh, it's going to be a battle royale.
Oh my oh no, please.
Honestly, that wouldn't surprise me at this point. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine that they've been building this up for so many years and then you come out and it's like, yeah, by the way, it's a battle royale with Chiefy Chief?
Like, I wouldn't mind if they brought out like a full game and had a battle royale mode.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't bother me because they had like a battle royale mode in 5. It's not battle royale, but it was like a battlefield mode. It was like a large battlefield with tanks and shit like that.
And it sucked ass.
It sucked ass because you had to pay money to get extra.
It was pay to win.
It was pay to win.
Alright, okay.
Definitely.
No one played it. Like, none of us played it.
I don't even remember it, like hearing about it or anything.
It might have been called Warzone or War.
War something.
War
battle.
We're so informed.
That's
how forgettable Halo fucking 5 Guardians was.
I bought Halo 5 day it was released.
My birthday.
Was it October 27th?
Yep.
2015?
I think 2015, yeah, because 5-6 years.
I remember Dom's birthday.
I was going to say, Dom was just checking to see if you knew.
I know when Dom's birthday is because it was the first day in Japan, and I'll always remember Japan.
Oh.
Do you know the first meal we had in Japan? I want to say this. The first meal we had in Japan was a Wendy's.
Really just diving head first into that culture.
Yeah, I really wanted a Wendy's, man.
Mate, it was fucking good, man. It was really good.
I was on because I was in New York in April, so I was like, yeah, Wendy's is pretty good. Let's have what it's like in Japan. I went, yeah, it's kind of like it was in America. I flew the other side of the planet just to have the same food I had in the other.
It was good. But if it's a battle royale, if it's a Destiny clone, even though Destiny's just Halo with, it's Bungie.
Yeah, Halo with customization. So, still, Halo had customization, but
give us a strong story campaign, 8 to 10 hours.
Yeah,
that's all I need. 8 to 10 hours, couple of cool set pieces, badass multiplayer. There you go. You fucking sell 10 million of them.
That's all you need for it.
Just hire me, Microsoft. Phil Spencer, I'll be your fucking deputy. I'll whip these.
You could be crazy cousin Hugh.
I'm sure no one has ever thought of that. I'm sure that's a really original idea for you, Hugh. Well done.
I think the problem was Halo 5's multiplayer was Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Did you ever play it?
Call of Duty or Halo?
I know you play Call of Duty because you stink up our fucking games.
Yeah, watch our streams at twitch.tv/patchesandgaming.
We had to get Dom off the fucking main screen because
I'm just terrible at that game.
6 kills.
I think we should just take the batteries out of his controller and play a YouTube video with someone else playing.
It's like the little brother playing again.
The controller.
It's not your game.
No, it's not my game.
It's not.
But with Halo Guardians, I didn't really enjoy that multiplayer because see when you were playing.
I was in the middle of saying I bought it and the day it came out.
Yes.
When was that?
October 27, 2015. I got home from work at 5 o'clock, put it in, installed, started at 6, completed it by midnight, never turned it on again.
Yeah, it was such a bad story as well.
I don't even think I touched the story. I played one game. I think you and me played one. Well, that was Halo 5.
No, I think I played a little bit of multiplayer. That's a lie, and I'll turn it on again. But I played a little bit of multiplayer, and it was too Call of Duty. If I'm going to play Call of Duty, I'll play Call of Duty. If I want to play Halo...
I think we played 2 matches or something like that, and we were like, not for us. I never went back to that. I've never even played the story.
I don't even know anyone that does play it. I think the people that I knew that used to play Halo like crazy don't play Halo anymore because they've found something else like PUBG or anything like that.
We've been burned as Halo fans. I was a massive Halo fan. Halo 3, I played thousands of games. We all played it together.
Yeah, that was always your kind of go-to suggestion.
Let's play Halo. I bought an Xbox One just for the Master Chief Collection. It didn't fucking work.
For how many years?
5 fucking years.
That was a pain in the ass.
It didn't get any matches. Remember we tried to matchmake and you'd be there for 4 days trying to find a fucking game.
Yeah.
So I left that. I didn't play that for a long time after that. Halo 5 obviously disappointed with the story because the hype for that game was unreal. See the marketing for that game was well better than the game.
Yeah.
See the different trailers they had that had Locke, whatever, as he'd won the duel and Master Chief was on the ground kind of hurt and there was the world was kind of destroyed but Master Chief had betrayed the humans you're like, oh, what the fuck's going on in this story?
Yeah, they get very intriguing and
and then and then the story itself you played Master Chief for 3 levels, and then you played Locke as the rest of them. Which, I'm not going to say I need to play Master Chief because I've got Halo 1 to 3 to do that. But
and 4.
Give me something interesting. Oh, Halo 4, I forgot about Halo 4.
But
Halo 4 was fucking good. I enjoyed Halo 4. But give me something interesting. And then when they got to the fight between Master Chief and Locke, it was so underwhelming. And you were like, how is this guy fighting the guy that killed an alien race all by himself?
No consistency.
There was a guy who, he was going to finish the fight in Halo 2 and then left you blue ball for a couple of years for Halo 3.
Halo 3 I think was my favourite game ever.
Yeah.
But see who's this team as well that Master Chief had? I played 4 fucking games with this guy and you never had a team and then they're like, oh, this is a blue team or whatever and you're like, who are these fucking scrubs?
Who are these NPCs?
Speaking of, was it Halo 3 that's been added to the PC Game Pass?
Yep, that's been added to the PC Game Pass. So I'll be installing that and having a wee go of Halo 3.
Is that part of the Master Chief Collection or have they released
it's part of the Master Chief Collection, but it's releasing it slowly onto PC because they're going to have to figure out...
they're trying to sort that shit out before it gets on and fucks up.
That's like,
Xbox One.
yeah, they're really trying to get. I think it's for matchmaking as well, to make sure that people aren't trying to upload like cheats and stuff. But then, if you go on and you competitively play and you're cheating, then what's the point?
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't understand how people get satisfaction with that.
Yeah.
Like,
because there's people in this world that turn around and went, do you want to win? I want to win. I'll win by any means necessary. But you're cheating. Yeah, but I won though. So, but you cheated. But yeah, I won.
But it's not like even after it they could go like, oh, I played well, you know, like
I cheated
a whole victory, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
it doesn't make any sense.
There's obviously people that enjoy doing it because it happens.
It winds people up.
And it's great to use as an excuse when I play terrible. That guy was definitely cheating.
Hacks, I call hacks.
It was my little brother was playing that, guys. It wasn't me.
I seen a screenshot. It was Spawnwave. I don't know if any of you watch Spawnwave. It's a good news channel for gaming. They put up the game runs at 144 Hz or 144 FPS. Like, that's incredible, but also a bit useless for Halo 3, I think. But it was multiplayer, it'll be good, but like it'll be smooth as fuck.
Reach runs at that, and it's really nice to play. And Reach is like a fun game. I was like, it's pretty short, but it's a fun game. I remember that was one of the few Halo games that I 100%ed, because it was like one of those achievements that was like near impossible to get. It was like kill an elite from like 60 feet or 70 feet, and there's only one position you can do it in. It's like the start of one of the levels, and the amount of times I remember jumping and waiting for the exact moment to like pistol whip him. I spent like 3 hours doing it, and then when I finally got it, it was like doing all achievements unlocked. I was like, threw the control down, and that was it. Yeah,
it's so worth it.
So worth it for those 3 hours, and then I was like, no, I need to play this again.
Achievement hunting and trophy hunting sometimes are the most annoying and satisfying and useless times I've ever played games.
So you think there's anything else that we're going to show at Microsoft for this, like that you're hoping for? Is there anything you want something like an exclusive that they may have got that no one would be like, oh my god, I never expected that?
Give me a reason to pick it up. At launch, give me don't tell me Cyberpunk's on it. I know Cyberpunk's on it. Don't tell me Avengers is going to be on it, because it probably will.
Yeah.
If that game ever comes out and is any good ever, because it's getting a lot of shit these days.
It's at the end of the year, isn't
it? Some people played it at some event or had like codes in it, and it didn't get good feedback.
So they may postpone it, you think?
Probably. Like, I don't know who's making Crystal Dynamics is making it. The ones that do Tomb Raider.
And
they're struggling with it. So
there's going to be plenty of games at the end of the year anyway.
That's true.
Aye, but like, you need a reason to pick a console up. Like, you need like that fucking Cyberpunk. Like, I'm picking Cyberpunk up because like the hype for it's amazing.
Yeah. It looks good, and they showed the gameplay off of that, and it does look interesting. Driving about the car.
But if you're a PlayStation fan, what's going to attract you?
You need a reason to pick Xbox over PlayStation if you're only going to buy one console.
Sell it to me. Sell this console.
The only thing that I can see that's like going to swing the people to go to Xbox is like what they're going to give for the Game Pass and what's going to be accessible day one.
Game Pass and xCloud. We mentioned xCloud. It's going to be free.
Yeah, xCloud is free.
xCloud is free. Fuck you, Google Stadia. We don't need you.
Yeah.
Because what's the point in a fucking service you have to subscribe and then pay for games if you can just
play for free?
Play for free.
And you can also probably play a bit more with stability. I remember when like we first started this podcast and we talked about the Stadia. Yeah. And I was all like, yeah, maybe it'll be something good, and we had all like the goods and the bad points, and then it came out and it's just flopped so hard that they were giving it away with broadband.
Yeah,
the broadband that can't reach the speeds that you need for it.
They sent because I've got an Android phone and I've got Google accounts and stuff. They sent me and I've got YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
So they sent me a thing saying, "Do you want it at this special price?" And I was like, even at that, like, I'm not wanting that. Yeah. And that shows me they're desperate to get these out to people, like these subscriptions. But I'm not paying a subscription and then buying a game.
No.
Like, that's
and then not guaranteeing the staying silent that you would keep that game.
Yeah,
we don't know. And it's like, so what? We just writing these keys? Like, how is that? You know, people like to keep the things that they buy.
Yeah, you want to buy the license for it.
So that's why, like, you have all the. Hugh, what are you doing?
Oh, Hamish, you jealous, bro? You jealous?
Oh man, so sparky.
Sweet little
Sparky showing up on the podcast.
You just randomly get 3 different.
You should see, like, Hugh, your drink variety of tonight is very strange. Energy drink, Japanese Sai, Desperado, and what's it?
Cockleberg.
It's like all across the country, you know? Like
You just pick up the remnants of what you have in the cupboard or something.
Pretty much, like, when I go to the shop now, like, I just pick up whatever, like, I see, and I'm like, alright, I kind of want something to have in the fridge. and then whatever's left, I just drink at the end of the week.
Yeah. Well, the Xcloud's a great service that we have for it. I mean, like, we had to go over on our tablets.
We tried it. I didn't have a good time. I was playing Halo multiplayer, and it was lagging like fuck.
And I was, playing my Devil May Cry's, and I was like, but it was not all last about it was.
You'll never let that go. I think I've not even played the game, and I know you're wrong.
Mate, honestly, your mind will change when you play it.
But once, like, you know, obviously we get faster internet speeds in most places, it'll be one of those things that will just become like second nature for people for the stream.
So Microsoft have also announced Project xCloud, their video game streaming service.
Yeah.
That's going to be available to anyone who has a Game Pass Ultimate subscription.
So technically it's free if you've got that.
Yeah. But still, it's a better deal than Stadia.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not Stadia, it should die. Game Pass will be a reason to buy the Xbox Series X.
Definitely.
But tell me what games are going to be on it. Like, what take me from the One X to the Series X. Tell me why I need to move.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you need to, again, like, you need a killer app that's going to be, or maybe like a new video service, like, that's not YouTube, and it's going to be like giving you all these crazy, like, new content creators, and you're like, yeah, give me that.
Like Mixer.
Oh.
Oh, Tissin.
I know what you mean. It needs something to just.
I would think if they brought back something that's been dead for a long time, or it's been like craving, maybe like I don't know, Legacy of Kain game, Soul Reaver. Something along the lines of that. That's something that's unique, or something that still has like fans chomping at the bit to actually get re-released or have a new addition to it.
Like a new Blanks the Cat.
Or a new Bugsy game.
A new Bugsy. I was trying to think of like Xbox franchises that they could bring back, and then like, I know you've got Gears and your Halo and stuff, but like, they've got some 360 stuff they could bring back.
I want a virtual tennis game.
Well, recently remember they re-registered the Fable trademark and stuff like that, so maybe Fable.
Yeah, like the rare stuff, like, I thought they were going to do it when they released Rare Replay. You get like a new Battletoads, Banjo. Like,
See, the thing is though, like when they had for Banjo-Kazooie, like when they had the release on Banjo-Kazooie and Smash, a lot of people were thinking that, that's Rare definitely doing a new Banjo game. And then they're like, but then like, you know, Nintendo were all like, hey, cheers for Microsoft for letting us have this, and then that's it.
Microsoft's like, yeah, sure.
It was us.
See, we're obviously talking about the game showcase and stuff like that, but that's why I don't really like too much saying what I expect and what I want to be on there, because
you don't want to get your expectations.
You fall into the trap of like expecting something, then they don't do it, and then you're like, oh well, why didn't they do that? And it's like, well, they never had any obligation. They were just because I want something. But
I know, but you like the brand. I love the Xbox brand. I think it's like, you need these strong brands. You need an Xbox, you need a PS4, you need a Nintendo, because they all make each other better.
Yeah. Competition's good.
Yeah, you want Xbox to come out with like, give me a Fable 1 to 3 remastered, and then tell me that Fable 4's and
the works.
Give me Perfect Dark remake. Give me that. Give me something like, you know, feed my nostalgia, or
entice me with something new.
Give me something new. Like, I don't know.
You're so needy.
If I'm going to spend 500 quid.
Yeah.
Like, I will buy a PS5 because I know what games are coming for that. I want that new Spider-Man game. I want the new God of War game. I want the new Horizon game. I don't really know why I want an Xbox. Yeah, only because it's the most powerful console.
Well, obviously PlayStation had their kind of showcase, and I was quite impressed with a lot of the stuff that they showed.
Yeah.
So, as Jason would say, GTA 5, boys. GTA 5.
GTA 5. If Red Dead, see the Red Dead's coming out, and it's going to be, you know, 120 frames per second at 4K. Fucking yes, there's something to get a little bit excited about.
Yeah.
If I don't get a Perfect Dark remake,
He'll be happy because he didn't really play Perfect Dark.
Fuck Phil Spencer. Like, nah, he's been doing well. Like, I just want him to wow me.
You just want to be Owen Wilson. You want to be wild.
Wow.
You want him to sweep you off your feet.
I'm not enjoying these like non-E3 press conferences. Like, they've all been very disappointing so far. Except the PS5 one was pretty cool. Yeah. But like the rest of them, like the Ubisoft one, that like I could fucking write a Ubisoft fucking press conference right now. Far Cry 7.
You already did?
Fucking.
You already did.
William Wallace and Assassin's Creed.
Who would be in Far Cry 7?
Let's see. It'll probably be it'll be a sequel to the prequel of the Primal one. So it'll be like
sequel to
a prequel to the sequel of the Primal one.
I don't even know.
So that
I'm trying to think of a bad actor. Like Mark Wahlberg is
an elephant.
An American.
And it turns out it's Ice Age.
Mark Wahlberg is a Native American with a Boston accent.
Get off my land! That was Christopher Walken.
We've done a Boston accent before. Let's not do it again. I'm sure we've done
Walking here. That's my Boston.
I could write you in Ubisoft. I could probably write you in Activision. I could write you in EA. That's what I'm saying. These are bonus fuck.
Yeah, well, it's more just because it's predictable. It's safe. Yeah. But then you get Devolver, and they're just pure fuck this. Let's just do some crazy shit. Their announcements are always fun.
Are you going to get Deadloop Premonition 2?
For the Switch?
Yeah.
Probably because everyone wants to play it.
It's maybe crazy. I might get it just for the stream.
Well, guys, that's something to look forward to and something we can talk about on the next one anyway. Game showcase. It should be interesting.
Yep.
Thank you very much for listening, everybody. If you made it this far, you deserve a medal.
Yeah, fucking hell, guys.
We've rambled on a lot. Like, this podcast is just becoming... What opinions have we got this week?
Yeah, I think it's more just because we've been away from each other for a while, and it's just nice to sort of like ramble and not get cut off or go wait and yeah. See before we finish this, I just want to say, like, if you get any feedback for us, any questions, if you want to give us, you want to insult Hamish because he's got ridiculous banter and Dom's opinions are terrible, send an email to patchesin official at gmail.com. Was that again, Hugh?
Patch us in official at gmail.com. If you need to find that link, it will be in the description of whatever you're listening to this on.
Yeah.
See, we actually get loads and loads of emails, but I hide them from you because they're all basically saying how bad you are, and I know you're a sensitive guy, so I've got that spam filter for Hugh sucks. It catches so many, mate, you know.
It's a lot of dick pics, isn't it?
If you also want to check us out on our Twitch, twitch.tv/patchesingaming, have a wee look there. We're going to be trying to get on a bit more. I think Hugh's going to try Ghost of Tsushima. Are you going to play that, or are you going to play Last of Us 2?
No, Last of Us 2 can fuck off for a while.
What about FIFA, mate? You're really to play FIFA?
Look, I'm in Division 2, right? And that's like, Division 2 is obviously like the second highest division if you don't know FIFA. And I get beat a lot, so I'm not going to stream it. So.
I might try to stream either some Mario Party with Jason, or if like one of you guys want to jump up and we can sit and do that, because we've got the access to do that now.
Yeah, now we can play Drinking Smash Bros and stuff.
Yeah. Drinking Smash, that will be the worst stream.
I will need to have that stop button ready. Just like when I get too raging and throw a hissy fit, I don't want the world seeing that.
But I'll try to see maybe do some Cuphead as well, just to see if we can see my anger and my anguish on the stream.
Yeah, I would really like to watch that actually. Well, thank you very much for joining us again. That's a goodbye from Hugh.
Bye guys.
And a goodbye from Dom.
See you later, guys.
I've been Hamish. Thank you very much for listening. Take care, guys.
Charlie's there, I don't know.
She was with the fucking that Seth Rogen movie, wasn't she?
She was in Hancock.
Sheriff's Brown. Was she not in that the Bourne movie?
What? Yeah, she was. She was in
she was in the movie I watched in Japan, like the what's that called? Not the Setback. The one that Seth Rogen was going, my weed.
Which one's that?
That's what I love about that statement. You're like, that's like always movies.
I know the one you mean. Where she's like a governor or something.
Yeah. So like, she was fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
My weed. That's my Seth Rogen impression.
Ah.
Oh. I can't do that.